Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the public service component of the Armchair Dragoons. I'm Cyrano. Sitting to my left is Velker. How are you, Velker?
I'm well.
And sitting in the digital universe, wherever his world may take him, is our friend Daniel. How are you?
I'm doing well. How you guys doing?
It's all right. We're here on a Friday evening, and as I say, this is a little unusual for us because usually, of course, tomorrow we're going to have Saturday Night Fights. We had Wednesday Night Warfare. But one of the things that I've wanted to do a little bit more of that I don't know as we've done enough of, to be honest, is teaching people how to play games, especially those games that maybe people have forgotten, that folks forgot were really, really good. We have this tendency, even in really narrow niches like wargaming, to think that the brand new game that came along is the very, very best that could ever be. And I actually think to the contrary. I think that there are some wonderful games that have been. Geez, we already got three people in here. We said, "Hey, Jeff, how are you?"
Commented before we got into the stream.
Yeah, I know that's like a double. That's a double Dalinor award. I don't even know what to think about that. That's kind of crazy. But I really do want to talk about some of the games that maybe we haven't seen before, or maybe you all haven't seen. I was very surprised when I started talking about Shako, that I got a lot of unknowing looks, a lot of what are you talking about? I know that Daniel, he actually jumped up and talked about it because he's familiar with some of the other games by the author Artie Conliffe. But Shako was a game that informed a lot of my middle period of Napoleonic gaming. And as I said on Wednesday Night Warfare, it's the game that got me closest to getting sick while wargaming because at a Historicon about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I think I played it for 28 hours straight. I really, really
Wow.
like. Yeah, I really, really like it. And I just kept jumping from game to game. I went out there to play in a very large Austerlitz game with my good buddy Bill Can from Canada, who I'm going to send this video to so he can critique me to see how well I taught the game. But Bill is great people, and he and I actually met over Telnitz at Austerlitz, fighting a Shako game with about 15 other guys. Huge table, thousands of minis. And I jumped from that game, met a guy, and the guy said, "Hey, I'm playing another Shako game. Do you want to play it?" And I said, "Well, I'd love that, sure. Let me grab some lunch." "Oh, there's no time." "Okay, well, I'll just go over and get it. We'll order some food to the table." So we played another Shako game. And then right after that, I walked over to the bar, and there was a guy in the bar who said, "Weren't you playing in that Shako game?" I was. And it went like that for a little over a day. And pretty much non-stop gaming with very, very little sleep in between. So I was a little surprised that I got these looks. So I really kind of want to bring it back just to show it to some folks. And what better guinea pigs? I mean volunteers than Velker and Daniel to sort of show
That's right.
to show it off and see how much makes sense and what doesn't make sense and all that, and to get it to work inside Tabletop Simulator.
I actually found the rules on my bookshelf and have the QRS in paper in front of me now.
Awesome. Yeah, and as a matter of fact, the reason it's so funny you say that, the main reason I didn't bust out Shako 2 sooner was because I lost my QRSs. I was so distressed because they're so critical. This is a game you truly can play straight off the QRS once you've learned it. There's not a lot else to it, and it still gives a good flavor of the game. But I lost mine, and my buddy Bill Can was kind enough to email me his. Well, yeah, I would say so. I would say so. I mean, Shako, in some respects, the original Shako was a direct response, just responding to something Jeff Russ just said. The original Shako, Shako 1, was definitely a response to Empire because it used the same basing. I mean, it's pretty hard not to notice that. This changed, though, because Shako 2 was not done really by Artie. It was done by Dave Waxtel and his group on the Northeast. They really changed they changed some really key things, not all of which I like, to be honest, and not all of which I'll be teaching tonight because I think they don't work very well. I've played with Dave. I played with his son, who was probably the best Shako expert I've ever met. Model for the Velker. But anyway, I'm talking too much. Let's teach some Shako. Here's the setup. The scenario is from the Shako 1 book, Field of Glory, and these are pages borrowed straight from it over here on the side, and there's a reason for that. The way Shako is played, the way it deals with the command and control situation that is always the bugaboo of Napoleonics to get right, is it demands that the commanders write orders in pen or pencil, or in this case digital ink, showing an arrow that indicates where their unit is going. And whether you're playing as two gentlemen or with an umpire, the obligation is you must follow that arrow. Your commanders, let's take a look at our units because it'll help us understand. Here we have Van Damme. He's going to be one of Daniel's guys. And what he's got, he's a divisional commander. Now, they use the word division. That isn't quite correct. These are really brigades, but it's a, you can argue that those are flexible terms through the period anyway, but these are called divisions. And this whole unit sitting on top of what we will now know to be the Starry Vinorati is Van Damme's division, this whole creature. It includes 1, 2, 3 units of regular infantry and 1 unit.
He's also formed infantry.
Yeah, he's formed infantry, but he just turns out to be a light, which has a consequence that we'll talk about later, although I don't know if Daniel will use it. We'll let him choose. And then they've got this 1 unit of skirmishers. And this is one of those innovations or one of those things that Shako did a little bit differently by creating skirmisher bases which have the width of a unit in line. There's a lot of different ways you can base for Shako. I choose the one that allows me to throw the most miniatures on a table. I'm not sorry. This is Shako 2 basing, and these are double deep bases, as you can tell. These are units in line. They don't get any broader than this. Column looks like this. Okay. So you've got your 1, 2, 3, 4 units and your skirmishers. If Van Damme were to move, Daniel would have to go here and draw a line, and he's going to use his drawing tool, which we all know is up here at the upper left of our tabletop simulator. And he's going to go over here, and he's just going to grab the free draw pen. He's going to make sure his is black, and then he's going to use the minus key to shrink it down smaller. And it's nice because I can erase all this. But if he's got to draw what Van Damme is going to do. So let's say it's like this. And most critically, he's got to put an arrowhead at the very end point where Van Damme is going to stop. Van Damme is going to march out, and he's going to get to that spot, at which point he's going to go from attacking to defending. While he is on those attack orders, he will move every turn. He must move no fewer than 4 inches forward. And it's pretty much straightforward, using Van Damme as the center point of gravity. All units have to be within 12 inches of Van Damme, some portion. Obviously, these guys are very easily within his range, within his distance. He is going to march along that arrow that we just drew down here. He's going to march all the way along it. Where did it go? Did it get erased? That's okay. I'll put it back. He's going to march along it until such time as he arrives at the arrowhead. He must continue to advance. He must continue to go forward. He cannot turn to the side to do something else. There are a few exceptions, and we'll deal with them as they come up. One critical one is if they come under cavalry threat. Once they arrive at this spot, though, this arrowhead, they enter defend orders, where they only have a little while to position themselves and get squared away and be situated for possible response to the enemy. We'll talk, obviously, much more about moving and all that other stuff. But the critical piece is this arrow. And you're going to do an arrow for everybody you want to move. And you'll notice you're going to have Ravoux on turn 3, Morand on turn 2, Drouet. And you're going to be booked into that. You're going to have to follow that. If you would like somebody to be in reserve, all you need to do is write an R, which means that says they're going to stay there and they're going to be parked there. You don't have to do that. There, for example, Van Damme very often starts this scenario defending. So all you got to do is leave him there, and he's all set to go. So, what does a turn in Shako look like? Well, the first thing we're going to do every turn is we're going to fire artillery. Now, that's a little strange, but it's also one of the really cool things, I think, that Artie came up with. Artillery units are as wide as a formed infantry unit in line or a cavalry unit in line, and it looks like this. There are two types of guns. There are, and they're represented by these two sticks here. You have the horse guns, and then you have everything else, which are heavy and foot. Whenever a gun fires, it fires 45 degrees to its left, 45 degrees to its right, but measuring from the center. A gun, if it fires at the start of a turn, may not later move or change facing. Guns are also excused from the 12-inch range. Everything else has to try to stay within 12 inches of Van Damme. Guns are excused. They get parked and get to shoot. Protect them, though. They're fragile. A gun takes the appropriate stick. And let's see, this is a horse gun, so we're going to take the horse gun stick. It puts the red bit to its face. And we're going to use this very generally at first, because we just want to know roughly where it is, because the turning in Tabletop Simulator limits this somewhat, so we would know. But let's imagine that this fellow right here were advancing on the Starry Venerati. Well, we would place this stick right at the dead center and swing it around and try to get it to cover. Well, we'd see pretty clearly, because you must go from the center of the unit to the center of the unit you're firing at. No nicking the sides or anything like that. You got to go to the center. We would see that you're in this white area, which is, the first area is canister, otherwise known as mandatory canister. You must use canister in that range. In this second white area, you have a choice. You can use canister or not. Why wouldn't you use canister? Because ball shot. This guy's coming up behind. If you use canister, it's going to affect everybody in the pattern. So here, it would work. If, however, that same unit is here, he's now outside the canister pattern. What you're allowed to do is pull this stick back until the red piece is back here to the front. And now we see that this unit is in the effective range, and this is in long. The ball shot is going to hit both of them.
Moreno just lost us on Steam Chat and TTS.
Uh-oh, did we just crash entirely?
Oh, it was him.
No, you crashed out too.
Oh, did I?
Mm-hmm.
Not for me. Who did?
Hey, Command Tent. Wardrobe, good to see you. Yeah, so let's see if my server stays up long enough. Can you come back into it, Velker? Yeah, the whole thing hasn't crashed.
Well, I just got booted.
Did you?
We have G Moreno back in chat, even though he's grayed out.
Okay.
It says he was last online
Yeah,
hours ago.
I crashed. I'm
Okay.
moving back in.
All right, well, it's good to have you back. So you're going to reboot once you come back? Yeah, because your showing is offline.
Weird.
Yeah, it's just Tabletop Simulator.
We'll restart Steam then.
All right. Because
I disconnected right when you mentioned when you pulled the stick back to show effective range.
Okay. And what we tend to do in Tabletop Simulator is just use it to get these brackets. And then we use the good old-fashioned tabletop measuring stick to get actual angles. It's much more flexible anyway than a ruler is, even in the real world. So that's how that works. This, however, is a straight line deal. And it's on this path. Canister follows what they call a pattern. Canister fires on everybody one base width out. It's like a bowling alley off the front. It's kind of like a bowling alley off the front of the artillery piece. This is why you do not fire canister if your friendly units are in there. Because you're going to hit them, and that's not allowed. Okay. So artillery, and most things in Shako, are 1d6. You roll a 1d6, and we look at the chart, and the modifiers are far from complicated. We're going to look right down here at the canister shots. There they are. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Horse gun. In the canister range, 4 to 6 hit something with a kill at canister range. Effective is 6, long is 6, and counter battery at another gun is 6. What's a kill? Well, every unit has, if you mouse over it, a frontal morale. This one, for example, of Malutin's division is 6-2. If a unit has kills above its frontal morale, at or above, I should say, it is removed from the game. It is broken. So this unit right here of Malutin's division would leave the table at 6 kills. Cannon at close range is incredibly deadly in Shako. Artie would tell you that's a feature, not a bug. After artillery fire comes initiative. You're going to roll 1d6 for each of your divisional commanders. This is why this is probably the best multiplayer Napoleonic game I've ever played. You can literally have people play one division. Not a ton of fun, but you can do it. Each divisional commander is going to get a number based on that d6. In descending order, we're going to resolve, and so it goes back and forth, 6s, 5s, 4s, 3s. If there's a tie if there's a tie on your side, you can declare who goes first. If, on the other hand, there is a tie between us, whoever is on an attack order goes first. If we're both on an attack order, the attacker in the scenario goes first, so Velker would go first. You may declare combined divisional morale. Why would you do this? You would do this if one division was in front of another and you didn't want to run them over, because there's very little interpenetration in this game. And if you do that, you would say, for example, that Depredovich and Milutin are going to roll together. Now, they're not close enough in the rules. They have to be closer than that and a bunch of other stuff. However, if you did that, they would roll one die for themselves and get a -1 for their coordination. So now you've rolled for initiative. What happens? Well, the first thing you do is move. Units that are attacking must attack. They have to go forward, no less than 4 inches, except for some very rare situations. Movement in Shako is pretty restrictive. This is an accommodation, 100% I admit it, for Tabletop Simulator. This is a line. This is a column. To change formation, you pick a centered unit, a center piece, whether it be the front of this unit or the front of this one, it doesn't matter, and you form off that. So this is pretty typical. You can form this way, you can form that way. It's the usual stuff. The most controversial rule in Shako, I will defend this. The French may move and change formation. No other nation may do so.
Garbage.
Or change formation and move.
Correct. You can do either. Every other nation must do one or the other. Your movement is based on your formation. Units in line, infantry in line move 4. Infantry in column move 6. Movement is straight ahead. There's none of this angling stuff. Doesn't happen in Shako. There is wheeling. The way we figured out wheeling is wheels may be no more than 45 degrees, which, as it turns out, assuming you've got your settings right, and each one of your clicks is a 15 degree, is 3 clicks. 1, 2, 3. Each one of those costs 2 inches of your move because wheels are double. Therefore, this right here, a 6-inch unit, just spent its entire move making that wheel. They're very, very expensive in Shako. Again, feature, not a bug. Artie is very, very big on making you want to. Once you've set your plan in motion, you're pretty much going forward. Or you're standing stock still and shooting forward. We can go through a lot. There is no interpenetration for formed units. Skirmishers may interpenetrate with formed, and formed may interpenetrate skirmishers. Skirmishers do get more flexibility in their movement. Oh, and also a formation change does include an about face. It also can include a turn to the flank. So, for example, if this unit in line, or in column, wishes to turn to line, it can do it this way. That's a legal move. All right. Once both sides have gone back and forth doing all their movement, we do musketry. Oh, shoot. Forgive me. Actually, no, I don't. There's one big piece of movement I should mention. Out in front of every unit, like a bowling alley, is a 4-inch frontal zone. If you enter the frontal zone of another unit, it's a zone of control. You're locked into dealing with that unit. Also, opportunity charges. If a unit has not moved in a turn and another unit moves into charge range of it, you may charge it. What does a charge movement look like? I want to keep my units straight. You may wheel up to 45 prior to a charge. I don't know how you're going to get there if you do, but there it is. But charging does not conform. Straight ahead. There's a consequence to this in the volley fire phase that we're going to talk about. And we might as well, since we're now at volley firing. Skirmish fire is first. Skirmishers, and this is the only unit of skirmishers on the board, so that's why I keep using them. Skirmishers fire 45 degrees left and right. Skirmishers can also shoot around their friends. Like this. As long as they've got an unobstructed alley that way. So this guy can shoot this guy. That is not the case for formed units. Formed units shoot in an alley. They will also hit other units that are within the 4-inch musketry range. So if you put another unit inside that tube, you run the risk of getting them hit as well. And we'll go over the mechanics of that when we get to an actual shot. It's all, though, one die with some modifiers. One key volley fire, however, when a unit charges, the closing unit is hit one last time by volley fire from the unit standing. That is at +1. If that unit shakes the unit that's charging, so how do you not shake, it's stagger. Staggers the unit that's charging. So, for example, Moliutin's division has a morale of 6. If he rolls a 6 or better, you can do that with the modifier because it's a +1 for the volley fire. That unit is staggered. It must stop 1/4 inch away from the unit, and it does not charge.
And they must also apologize.
They must say they're sorry.
And they can be countercharged.
Only some can. Very few, actually. Guards, elites. Velker's guys are gonna be able to do it because he's got guards and elites. Guards, elites, and British line can countercharge. Regular French line cannot.
Can you send me another voice chat invite?
Oh, you need to get back in voice chat?
Yeah.
Dig it. You are invited. Cool.
What? It's no longer valid? What? You just sent it.
You need another one?
Sure. Must be.
I sent it again.
Huh. It's not letting me join. It says a group chat invite was shared that is no longer valid.
We'll wait a little bit. We'll try another one. Let's talk a little bit about what happens when those naughty cavalry charge at you. Where's a naughty cavalry? These are big old... These wind up being big old units. I like them. This unit comes in. This unit must attempt to form hasty square. It must roll above... below. At or below its morale, its frontal morale. If it doesn't, bad things happen. Velker's guys, because they're crazy and they're Russians, don't have to form hasty square. They're the only units in the game that I'm aware of that don't have to try to form hasty square. Even if they volley fire and stagger you, though, cavalry staggers don't prevent the melee. And I do like the fact that if you have units like this, one of the reasons I did base like this is because you get to form these really sweet squares. That's what they look like. I like them. All right. How do melees work? It's actually very simple stuff. You're going to take your frontal morale. You're going to take some modifiers, and you're going to add it to a die roll. So let's have a look at those, just so we're all aware of what they are. Obviously, you don't want to be staggered. What's this business about support? To be supported, a unit needs units either both to its left and its right within 2 inches, or behind it within 4 inches. You will notice there is some business on that chart about national differences. We're here for some reason. That's one of the things I don't like about it. You'll see over here, Army Doctrine. The French can be supported by lines or columns. Russians in this period can only be supported by lines, not columns. That actually makes sense, but if you lose the melee, what happens? You take kills equal to the difference between you, and you then fall back. Now that sounds kind of okay, right? You fall back 6 inches if you're infantry, 12 inches if you're cavalry. Cavalry that outscores infantry breaks the infantry, and both artillery and squares are broken. Now that sounds just fine. But the reality is, at the end of the turn, you've got to make a morale check with any unit that falls back. And if that unit fails to recover from fallback, it is dead and removed from the field. Any unit that strikes another unit during its fallback within 6 inches causes that unit to become staggered. Once we are done, cavalry, if it wins a melee, has a choice. Whenever cavalry wins a melee, whenever it melees in a turn, it becomes blown. We have to turn one of its stands around just like this so we know it's blown, that it's not ready for the combat. It may not melee again until it is unblown. How do you get out of that status? 2 ways. The first is that you simply recall, it's what's called recall in place. You stand still and say, I'm good, and therefore you just recover yourself. But what are you giving up? The answer, if you see to your left or your right, within 45 degrees, and within 1 move, another unit, you can melee again. If you do that, though, you are not recovered from blown status until you are set in the very next. It takes a whole other turn to recover from your blown status. So there's a lot of strategy involved with how you set your cavalry, how you use your horse. After melees are done, we go to essentially the morale phase. It's called the command phase. First thing we do is we change orders and send aide de camp. French have these 4 dudes. If you did something with your orders that you don't like, if you drew an arrow that you're ashamed of and you want to fix it, you got to send those guys out to that divisional commander to tell him to change it. What does telling him to change it mean? You get to redraw the arrow. But he's got to get to wherever that divisional commander is. And every turn he's on the field, there is a risk he might get killed. And there's a risk chart over there on the QRS. Now let me also say that you can send out all 4 guys to do 1 mission. If you want to. So send all your ADCs, that's fine. But then you won't be able to redirect anybody else. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to see if you want to change any orders. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to rally and reform units. Any units that are shaken, for example, or staggered, that are staggered. Any units that are in fallback, you got to try to get them back. That's when you're going to do that. Then you're going to rally divisions. And why would a division need rallying? One of the best parts of Shako, and something you must remember as you're playing it, is that divisions ultimately will vanish. And they're going to vanish on percentages. What do I mean? This unit, this division I should say, has 1, 2, 3, 4 units. The skirmishers don't count. When they get, this chart is here, above 30% casualties, and actually in this case it's going to be when it gets to this one, 50%, because you only take 1 roll. You're going to roll 1d6. If you roll a 5 or a 6, they're good. They're going to keep going. If they roll a 3 or a 4, they're going to become demoralized, which is very, very bad. And they talk here about what that means. And if you roll a 1 or a 2, the division is broken and all its units are taken off the table. Trust me when I tell you, Velker did that to me the last time we played.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Stop revealing my plans.
I will not reveal any plans. I'm just saying you punched me in the face and it hurt a lot.
Yes, and you poofed.
And I
You're all
poofed.
cowards.
There was poofing.
The French is very scared.
So.
Wait, you agreed?
And then we check the scenario outcomes. Now, I will also say that the scenario here is a pretty straightforward one. As I said, it tells the story of it right here. This is part of the Battle of Austerlitz. Here are all of your units. They're listed right there. Here also are your arrival times. They're all listed. Now, Velker's goal is to get 3 units for 6 consecutive turns onto the Stare Vinorati, where Van Damme's division now stands. He wants to put 3 units in good order on there for 6 consecutive turns. And he wins. Each of you has a division. Velker has Jankovic's division. No, yours is Hohenloh's. Hohenloh's division. And you, Daniel, you have Bessier's Guard. This is the Imperial Guard. You can bring these guys on. But if you do, you cannot win a big victory. You win a slighter victory.
A limited victory.
It's called limited. So it's a choice as to whether or not you choose to use them. Okay. I'm going to go check into the chat and see if anybody is screaming at me.
So the guards stay off table unless I bring them on, and then it goes automatically to a limited victory if I win.
That's correct.
Gotcha.
Oh, John. Oh, John. A whole lot of Shako going on.
Well, I just have to protect the heights.
Correct.
Basically. Yep.
Or, obviously render him Horde of Combat. It's a 12-turn game, and he gets credit for each turn he stays in the Starhaven Arati. So the first thing I'm going to ask you both to do is draw your commands. I'm going to go over here and get rid of my pen mark. Excuse me one second. All gone. And Daniel, I believe you are concealed from each other, correct?
Yeah, this is mine, right?
Negative, you're over here.
Yes.
What?
Oh,
I can see this one. I can't see this one.
are we the wrong color? Hang on a second.
I'm green, which is where my side is. There should be my right side.
I actually see both. This square doesn't block me from seeing what he's doing.
All right, let me fix that very quickly. That's easy. That's an easy thing to fix. Where's my hidden sectors? There.
In fact, the blue, I don't know if it corresponds to my color, but the blue square is over his side. There you go.
How's that? And now I got. There wasn't even one there. So that's the problem when you've got the GM thing going. You can't see it. Now, do we have blocking?
I believe so.
Yes.
All right. So as I say, you're going to be drawing an arrow for your team. I like that Daniel's got a pencil. I've never seen that before.
We both have pencils.
Do you? Ah, that's kind of cool.
No, I have a pen. I don't know if it makes a difference. But...
No, I don't think it does. I just see it as a pencil on my screen, I guess. All right, so just start sketching some orders. I have some things I have to... Go ahead, please.
I have to do orders for all troops because these aren't coming on.
You will be putting, when it comes to those troops, you will be marking them when they arrive. That'll be their marching on orders.
Oh, this is too big.
That's all right. Let's just get that deleted real quick. Yeah, do you know how to shrink it, Daniel?
No, I see color.
No, all you do when you have that circle up, just push the minus button. Minus key.
Not sure if it's working. Let me see if this num locks on.
Still too big?
Yeah, I'm hitting the minus key on my num lock.
Nope, not a numlock. Up near your backspace.
There it is. There it is.
Did someone erase my lines?
I did.
Question: is Van Dam set where it's at, or can I move him on the hill?
As long as you stay within those... That's a great question. As long as you stay within those dotted areas, you may place him wherever you wish.
Okay.
Can you send me another voice invite?
Let me give it a shot.
Nothing.
All right. I'm very quickly going to shut down the voice channel and then bring it back, Daniel. So.
I don't think it's
Okay.
here, guys. I'm going to
Are you going to try to come back?
I'm going to turn off.
I mean, I can hear him.
Yeah, he can't hear you.
I think.
The problem is he can't hear you.
Oh, gotcha.
I can't hear Dave.
So you're going to try to come out and in?
Yep.
All right.
This operation could not be completed. What?
Gracious.
I'm using Control-Alt-Delete too. Alright, now it's gone. Give it a minute.
All right. And very good. And Daniel, since your orders are your orders, you can begin. Yeah, that's it. You can begin placing right now. No, you know. Oh, that's right. I got to fix this because I forgot to put this down. Oh, Depredovich. Look at those. I can't believe I forgot to write that down.
And he has a lot of cav.
What's that?
I said he has a lot of cav.
Oh, yeah. Yes, he does. Although, again, they look bigger than they are because they're just... One unit is huge. Is that you?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Can you say something, Daniel?
Yep.
Alright, I got you.
I was just saying you had a lot of cavalry over
You
there.
have a lot of cav.
Well, most of it I don't get to use.
Well, that's true. The Hohenlohe guys, he doesn't get to touch unless he wants to take the inferior one.
Oh, it's guard.
No, it's like your situation.
Oh, okay.
He's got to, if he brings him on, he loses a little bit.
Is
Oh
is
man.
Nappy stuck where he's at?
Oh, and we just lost the whole server.
It's all my fault. I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right, I'm going back in. It'll be there. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we can't move anything anymore.
Yeah, it's gone.
I'm still in.
Yeah, there you go.
You won't be.
Whoop.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Oh, everybody just got kicked. Looks like TTS died.
It happens, but I'm back. And it's not too bad because I already got the green boxes up, so. And it looks like Daniel, you're going to have to redraw your orders, but that's fine.
Okay.
Didn't lose too much. Fortunately, that probably means I lost this. Yeah. For the folks at home, what I'm doing is, for whatever reason, I forgot to include the MR of these characters. And if I didn't respond to this, Jeff, you are absolutely correct. The use of horse in Shako is a very, very, what do I want to say, a touchy thing? It's tricky. How's that?
It takes strategery.
It takes strategery. I won't lie, I'm a bit of a foot slogger myself. Alright, I think I got everybody now, right?
Do I get 4 or is it just 4 there?
That's the other thing I forgot to fix. You get 1.
I get 1 aide de camp.
Does Nappy stay where he's at, or can he go on the hill as well?
You can put Napoleon starts where he is. He must start where he is. He is allowed to move, but on the turn he moves, he may not issue orders.
Okay.
He cannot be killed.
If only it could be like Wellesley dying.
Yeah, this is a great disappointment to Ian and some of the others who want to see us kill commanders.
It's like an addiction.
Oh man, yeah. John Pfeffer is reminding us.
Is there retrograde movement in this game at all? Backwards movement? I know you said it was straight, so I don't know if you can straight back or not.
Yes, there is. Let me see the distance. It actually might even be right on the chart.
Backwards, I see it. 3 inches. Okay.
Yep. I thought I was going to say it's 50 per. Well, is it for everybody 3 inches, or is it line and column 3 inches?
Infantry line 6 or 3 inch backward.
Okay, there it is. And don't by the way look at your chart. You're looking at a 25 millimeter chart. You're going to confuse the heck out of yourself. This one this one's scaled to 15, which is what this is. So backward.
Are we doing centimeters? Because I changed.
No, it's 2/3. Everything is 2/3 of what you're looking at. So over here, for example, line infantry moves 4 inches, and backwards movement formed infantry and cavalry is only 2.
Oh, okay, I see. Gotcha.
I knew that number sounded weird. All right.
That's that 2/3 ruler I need from Armani.
Yeah, well, that's right. And he did the same thing there, didn't he?
Yeah.
All right, so starting off the turn, I think you've both drawn. So let me come over here and reveal to both of you what you've drawn, because it's no longer a secret. You should both be able to see it now. I guess not too big a terrible surprise there. Deaf, why wouldn't he? So he's got some skirmishers out
There's
there.
not an arrowhead though.
He's defending right where he is. You don't need an arrowhead for a defense.
Yeah.
No, you stay put. That's the whole point. Only when you're moving. All right, so we now have, first thing we would have would be the artillery phase. So let's have a look and see. Velker, do you think you got an artillery shot?
Let's see. I doubt it, but I guess we'll see. It seems I do.
Oh.
Do I?
Do you? No, I'd say no.
Well, then...
You have to pull it back a little.
It's a little bit
The
high.
best you could do is theoretic. You cannot target skirmishers with ball shot. The argument being it's going to fly between them. So nope, no shots there. So we have no artillery fire to speak of. Good. The next thing I'm going to ask you each to do is... Ooh, we don't want to roll 10 dice. We want to roll 1 die. And so what you're going to do is you're going to tell me... We'll keep it simple at first, and we'll speed up as we go. So, Daniel, why don't you tell me which divisional commander you're going to roll for first?
Van Damme?
All right, I think he's your only one on now, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay, so let's see what he gets. And what I got to do to keep these dice live... Ooh, nice roll. Is I place him right behind him just like that, and then I clean him up later. So you know he's got a 6. Velker, who you rolling for?
I'm rolling for Malutin.
Do it. Go ahead, roll your next one for who?
Depredovich.
Depredovich, do it. Oh, very nice. Okay.
Can I swap?
So we have 2 6s as we saw. And remember we discussed who's ever on an attack order would go first. Well, that's obviously Velker's Depredovich. So he's got a 6. He is eligible to go. He moves.
How far do cavalry move? 12, right?
Those are cavalry. It will be recalled. Velker and I spent forever discovering whether they are in line or column, and they do have both. Move 12 either way. 1 foot. He must move 4.
He's going all the way.
Is there... Can you voluntarily form square, or is it just hasty squares?
You may voluntarily form square at any time. It's a formation change.
Thank you.
Man, I mess up that angle. Oops. And guns move 8, right? Horse guns move 8.
I don't think there's any difference between... That's an interesting question. Is there a difference? Yeah, that's a horse battery, you said?
Yeah.
8, yep. You were correct. Good memory, good memory,
It
good memory.
doesn't say.
And
So
and
it
no
must not-
side
Yeah, no,
movement,
it's a
just
horse battery.
wheels and
It's
straight.
horse. I'm sorry, what's that, Daniel?
No side movement, just wheel and straight.
Correct.
Okay.
And I imagine you're going to move depth. All right. That's your 6. Anybody you want to move, Daniel, on that ridge?
Yeah, I'm gonna move.
All right, who's going to go?
All 3 of them.
All right.
Here. I think I'm gonna move them all back.
Okay. Well, I know you know how to move, so. And we're just, and this is the thing you always got to check. Obviously, he is easily within the 12-inch range, so.
How come it's not?
You grabbed between the guys.
Oh, he wants them all. Is that what you had in mind, Daniel?
Yep, that's it.
Cool. All right. All right.
That's good.
Now, one of the advantages of skirmishers, and I remember where this guy is, I'm not going to worry about it. If any portion of a volley fired at a unit passes through a skirmisher, the volley hits, it gets a -1. Gets a -1. So this right here, depending on the angle of the volley, is technically screening 2 guys, which is kind of nice.
Oh, okay. So, and the skirmishers are subject to the same movement as line, straight or wheel.
They have slightly greater flexibility.
Mm-hmm.
Let me bring those boys up. But the one thing you never, ever want is to let cavalry hit skirmishers within the first half of their move. If cavalry hit skirmishers within the first half of their move, they are immediately broken.
They just poof.
Right, that makes sense.
Where'd that go? Where'd that little paragraph that I actually had this one marked. That's it. Skirmishers may move straight backwards up to 6 inches. They about face without penalty and may interpenetrate units.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a part of the point is instructification. That's the thing I keep forgetting to do. Can't believe I'm yielding to I'm yielding to crowd pressure.
Are they demanding cat lamps?
Cat lamp.
They're demanding it?
Yeah, there's demands for the cat lamp in the chat.
What's it? Okay, we must officially name the cat lamp.
There it is.
What do we name him? We need a poll in the chat. Tell us what his name is.
Well, there's already a call for Feline Friday, so.
Alright.
Alright,
Wait, that's just adding more games to our schedule.
So you're all set, Dan?
You know there's a text tool, Daniel, right? Paco?
Okay.
Paco.
Is that Paco?
Paco.
Paco.
I go to name him Velker.
You would. I like Paco. All right.
Okay, Paco de Cat. Paco de Cat.
Oh look! Oh, Daniel's writing. Jeez, we have very. Paco, is it Paco El Gato? Yeah.
El Gato.
Paco El Gato. There it is.
Now if you hover over him.
Paco. He is with us as surely as Sean Connery.
Yeah.
So Daniel, you're all good up there?
Yes, I'm done.
All right, Velker, who's next?
We got these guys.
Them guys. All right, what are they gonna do?
Move.
Cool.
Very quickly at the enemy.
Oh, here they come.
The distances. I'm a back up there.
Suddenly not so interested in moving right there.
A little too close. What's
Too
the
close.
radius? Alright, I'm going to move up 0.8, which I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Aha.
If you move full, can you shoot?
Yep.
And then all these guys get to move.
Remember, columns can't shoot.
Yep. You mean lines?
No, lines can shoot, columns cannot. Is what I was
Not
saying.
in column.
Squares? Do squares shoot? No.
Nope.
I don't
Squares
think
do
they do.
not shoot. It's one that also is a controversial view that I already had. I agree with it.
Can this guy move at all?
No, he.
Yeah, they're just
no,
not
yeah,
that effective.
yes, he can shoot. You didn't fire. He can. You can move him. You didn't shoot.
Right. How far does he move? 2?
No, it's more than that. It's foot for 8. Because the idea is because you didn't shoot, he's limbered.
Right.
That's what they're giving you credit for. Foot battery 6.
Oh, nice. Move him up a little bit more.
Yeah, to go to Jeff's earlier point, cavalry and guns just defeat me in most games.
Is this horse or... Oh, this is foot.
Those are foot guns.
Just curious about the ranges.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, now I'm definitely in range.
Oh, yeah.
No.
But remember, he's back from the crest of the hill. You can't see him.
Oh, I can't see him.
No. He can't shoot
Scaredy
you.
cats!
He
Come off the
he
edge of
can't
the
see
ring
you,
fight.
and you can't see him, except these skirmishers.
That was my
Those
ploy.
turkey skirmishers.
Yeah, that's more a feature, not a bug, from Daniel's perspective.
What that means, he can't shoot
All right.
me, the coward.
Correct. So Mulayutin has advanced. Are you
Yes.
done? Okay. And you've already advanced over there. So that's it. That's everybody. That is actually minus combat. That is a turn in Shako. We would now go here and look at our command phase and say, does anybody want to change orders and send out aide de camp?
No.
Daniel, you're good.
No, I don't need to change orders. I do want to move Mappy though.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, he moves as part of the turn, so you'd want to move him. The
movement phase?
Yeah, you'd want to move, and that's fine.
Oh, okay.
And go right
Okay.
ahead. Go right ahead. It doesn't change a thing. He has a 12-inch move, and as you might surmise, he takes the. And you figured that out already. He takes the ADCs with him.
Yeah.
Okay. There's nothing to rally and reform. There's no divisions to reform. There's no morale to check. And obviously nobody won the game. So, we now turn to turn 2. Kind of exciting. We made it through a whole turn and nobody died. Now we got to look at our reinforcements. And I do believe we look here.
Somebody.
General Morland arrives on turn 2. And what we need to do here
Yeah. What's going on for me?
yeah, I'm gonna mask these up. Give me a sec.
That's better. That's better.
I'm gonna mask these suckers up. Gotta remember, Velker is green. Green. Daniel is blue. Excellent. You should both be masked from each other. So Daniel, down here, in here, you've got Morland. He's got to come in this bracket. The dot more or less represents Morland. I'm going to be looking to make sure that he is riding whatever arrow you're about to draw as he advances onto the field.
Gotcha. So I go from his dot to wherever I want to go.
Correct. And this is his whole division, with him as an administrative center. And wherever you put that arrow, he stops and enters defensive. All right. Cool. So we've got that. So if you're all set, Daniel, I will next ask the question, does anybody have artillery fire? I don't think anybody does yet. Because he's back from the ridge and you can't fire a ball shot at that hill, so, or at the skirmishers. All right, given that that is the case, let's get some divisional die rolls out there. Velker, you want to roll first?
Sure. Get rid of that one. This one is for Malyutin.
Malyutin will roll.
Same roll.
All right, he gets a 4. What about Depredovich?
Depredovich gets
Ooh,
garbage.
he gets garbage is what he gets. How about over here on the French side? Who do you want to go with first, Daniel?
Van Damme.
Go ahead. He has a 4. And
then-
how about Morland?
and-
That's a decent roll. I believe 5 is our highest roll, correct?
Yep.
All right, so Morland, you're on. Let's see some magic. And all measurements should obviously come from the edge of the table. So. Would you believe I had a Fritz the Cat discussion just today? Yeah, how are things going, Red? Everything safe? Everybody good over there? Nicely done. Some good quality horse
All
flesh.
this guy resists.
What's this?
This, oh yeah.
Yep, it's
guns
all
too, huh?
it's all labeled. It's everything north of Bessier here. This is Morland underneath, by the way.
This is light cavalry, I'm assuming, since it's horse. So it's 8 inches.
Oh, the horse guns? Yeah, that's 8 inches. Yeah.
Oh, you kidding me?
What are you doing? You did not let him go. I'll fix him.
There you go.
Here we go. Oh, and those are not my new look horse guns. I gotta fix that. Cool. And where does Morland himself go? There we are. It looks like, let's show the folks at home who can watch the order. It looks pretty good to me. Looks pretty good. Oh, he's got Belsier up in the bullpen. Will he come? Will he not? We'll find out. All right, so that's all for Morland. I think we had 2 4s, correct? Falker?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I've got a 4.
Yeah, well, your 4 goes first. So that's Milutin. You just don't feel bad about that, do you?
Why would I?
All right.
Good evening.
You are a crazy git. All right, we'll figure that out later. Come
Oh,
on.
please.
What you doing? Marching an entire infantry division straight at the Starry Venerati. That's what you're doing.
Exactly what I'm doing. Seems you're perceptive.
Thanks. All right. So, what are you doing with Milutin himself? Got it.
Making sure he's got. Yeah. Can't do that. Is that it?
Well, remember, he can go outside. This is important. This is a good thing to bring up now. Cavalry. What, we lose somebody?
You were in a lost voice.
Lost
Oh,
foot.
I'm disconnected in Steam. What the heck?
Okay. We'll get Daniel back.
The hill is just a gentle rise.
That is correct. That is correct. I would have narrated otherwise. It's a gentle rise, and having visited the Starry Venerati, it predominantly is. Now the question is, can we get Daniel back in chat? Whoa, yeah, I too got disconnected from Steam Chat. Let's sneak in a quick save if I can. Alright. So the question is, how do we get back into our conversational mode? To which I don't know an easy answer. Let's do this. Have we lost Steam altogether?
Hope not.
I don't want to log off for sure. But it's telling me there's no connection. Alright, well I've saved it, so I'm going to try to go out and come back in and find everybody in a second. Let's see what we can do here. There we go, we just lost the whole thing.
No, we just lost Daniel.
No, we also lost the whole...
I'm not. I can still move stuff.
Can you? Okay, well,
Never mind, I lied.
Why do you tell lies? Alright, we're going to hang out here just for a second. And see if we can't bring this whole kit and caboodle back to us. Oh boy. What a horrible, horrible situation. It's very disappointing.
And there goes Steam. Or TTS.
Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, we've gone black on Panache Wargaming. I hate to see that. But...
That's because it wants to see TTS.
Oh, there we go. Now everything's back. All right, so we'll bring Steam back. Yeah, it's back. I hope my save counted. Well, I suppose it is Friday night and everybody's trying to get on and get their games in.
Right.
Oh, you've got a voice channel going?
Well, that's the one I haven't left that one.
Okay. Oh no. It would seem the tabletop simulator is belligerently not happening right at the moment.
It seems so.
All right, I'm going to take one more run up this hill. Because of a deep strain of masochism, I guess. Thank you, Berserk Games.
Don't blame Dad. That's me.
There it is. All right, server's back. Velker's back.
That's me.
Let's get Daniel back. Yeah, except the problem is you have other problems like cats and children with cardboard stuff. You know better than this. And I'm going to enter this voice channel.
I invited you to that.
Oh, did you? Okay, cool. I'm here. Daniel, you back?
I'm back. Yeah, I'm back.
All right. So, to answer your initial question, yes, this is a gentle rise. I would have identified it otherwise, if not so. You, Velker, have come here. And then, yes, it is now Daniel's turn to go with his 4. Yep.
So did he reach me on this hill?
He did.
His cap?
He did.
I'm bumping you.
This guy's going to have to try to form Hasty Square when we come to it.
Hasty Square, yeah.
And if he fails, he dies.
That's not true.
You don't know that. Maybe he does die if he does.
Yeah, that's true. It's possible he might, but you also don't know it either. So mind yourself.
I have confidence in my men.
Yeah, you sent those guys.
Have you a problem with this?
I don't. I'm fine. Forgot to get out the kill markers.
Are you going to shoot me? You cannot shoot me. You need 2 guys. You need to get over here. I made a big boy move.
He can
attack the flank.
Why can't he shoot
I'm done
you?
with that.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
He can shoot me.
So you're all set with your 4, Daniel?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. And Velker, you had a 1, correct?
Yeah. With Debradovich. Meow.
Those guys are coming on a rope. You want your grenadier again?
Yes, of course I want my grenadier.
I don't know how that guy... Whoa. What did you just do?
I don't know.
You threw it, essentially.
But I didn't.
Yeah, but you did.
I didn't do. It. I let go of the mouse, but it didn't register,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it yeeted him. I can't move 8 with infantry.
That's because we're over here playing Napoleonic games. Yeah, Jeff, I saw your email. Or your message. I will get those. I will get all the Punic Wars up in one collection. I don't know why I didn't do that. I think it's because a couple of them didn't have, weren't as clean as I wanted them to be. I caught a couple of mistakes. All right. Velker, you're set?
Yep.
All right, here we go. This is the fun part. We begin first with this need to form Hasty Square. This is a unit that is a morale rating of 4. So a 4 or less, they form Hasty Square. I believe there's no modifiers to that. You'd think I'd remember this after all this time. Hasty Square.
So +1 if he was within 9 inches or 6 inches.
Right, that's it. That's right. And so his move was clearly greater than 8, so no modifier. 4 or less. Oh boy.
Rutro.
Yeah, so unfortunately he also becomes staggered. And he doesn't get to shoot at him. Now, however, we do go over all the fire phase stuff. He gets to shoot at him.
Jerk. But he can't stop me.
He can't stop you, that's right. So, we'll go over that again. This goes in a bowling alley, so he's going to nick him right there.
You dirty knicker.
You dirty knicker. And it goes out 4 inches. Obviously, he's well within range. We check all of our musketry modifiers. The fire is not staggered. It's not a skirmish stand. It is not a formed unit behind. No terrain. Firing out of a burning town sector. I always like that one. Nope, nothing. So, given all those things are the case, musketry fire, volley fire at range 4, hits on a 5 or a 6.
Ow.
It's a hit on a 5 or a 6. The interesting thing is if you roll a 6, it's 2 kills. So
Just a single die?
Yes, it's 1 die, and if you roll his as a 6, so you need that 6. If you get a 6, you stagger him too.
What?
How about that?
Payback.
What payback? I haven't touched him yet.
He failed.
That's what you get for being aggressive.
There you go. So that's shaken. That's a stagger and 2 kills.
That sucks.
Charging at formed infantry does come with consequences.
If he was alone, I would have destroyed him.
That's beside the point. Do we have any?
I don't care.
Do we have any other musketry? I don't think so, because this skirmisher is out.
Actually, that was a +1 because of flank support, right?
No, that's for melee, and flank support has.
Oh,
to be
melee! I'm looking at the wrong chart. Yeah,
and has to be on both sides. So this guy will not have flank support.
Gotcha.
Flank support has to be here and here.
Roger.
So, anything else? No. So I think that's going to take us straight to melee, where we have a
-1
6 to a 6 to 4. It's a base 6 versus base 4, and we'll run our modifiers because it never hurts to do that. Both sides are staggered, so they both get a -1. The real problem, though, is that, and you're going to lose another 1, Velker, because you've got a -2 for more kills than the opponent.
Yeah.
However, cavalry in line... Oh, no, it's not infantry in column, so that's fine.
I think I'm -1, he's -2.
That's what I'm looking at.
Is infantry defending terrain or cover?
No, because if he were on that ridge, he would be. But because he stepped back from it, that's the choice you're making. So it's a base 6. It's a base 6 to 4.
I get a -2.
You got a -2. He's got a -1. And now it's... Let me get rid of this die for you, Daniel. This one's got stuck there from the last time.
I can only stagger him if I get a 6. That's the best I can do.
No, remember this is comparative.
Boo.
So he gets a 1 plus... That's a 5. Oh, jeez, dude.
Oh, God.
So you get a 6, -2, 4, plus your base 6, which is 10. Yeah, so that's a 10...
To 5.
10 to 5, 5. That's a kill on him. Okay, so that wipes out the unit.
Nay.
We gotta put it there.
I'm a horse.
Now, so the question is, do you break through, or do you...
Can I hit anyone from breaking through? I don't think I can.
Yeah, I don't know...
Unless I can hit Van Damme.
You know you can't hit the man himself.
Why? That'd be super effective in real life. You just go for the leader and boom, everyone's dead. I don't care about that line in Waterloo where it's not about attacking the enemy generals. I don't play by the rules.
Yeah, no, that's...
That is, huh?
So, yeah, you'd be... Yeah, right now, so you... Because he is not in that space that you can get into, yeah, you can't go here is the point. You could have gone here.
Mm.
So, right now, do you want to recall in place and not be blown?
Yeah.
Alright, so you're going to stay there and not be blown. You can recall him later on during the... Which is it's one of the more interesting rules in Shako. It's the cavalry recall where they transport basically back. It's to get them back within command range. And it's what you have to do with cavalry to get them back in. But we'll deal with that when the time comes.
They're still in range.
Oh, they're still in range anyway? Okay.
I made sure
So
of that.
you're going to recall in place, which means you do not get blown. He's taken that casualty, which doesn't take him to 30%, but it is a casualty, and you'll have to deal with that shaken. No other melees, correct?
Yep.
All right, good.
Nope.
So now the only thing to do, Velker, is to try to roll off that shaken. That's a 1d6, and you're looking to roll anything but a 6.
Got it.
All right, so that shaken comes off. You never get rid of kills. That's stagger. I don't know why I get that wrong all the time. All right, I think that's it. Does anybody want to change orders?
No.
I do.
All right. So what you're going to want to do, Daniel, is send out a guy to wherever that's going to, you got to send out one of these aide-de-camp.
One more.
And, yeah, you can send
out
more.
How far do they go?
And this is something I really got wrong, which was kind of interesting. Aide-de-camp, you have to roll a die. On a 1, he's killed. On a 2 to 3, he moves at half speed. Got him killed. So that's one guy you can't send out this turn. You can send out another one.
In the same turn?
No, he comes right back. The dead ones just shoot right back. There's a lot of guys that'll do this job. It's just, so you now can send out another
one. I can't. Oh, in the same turn? Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Then why do I only get 1?
That's part of the problem.
So many.
Jeez.
Holy cow. Okay, so we can't kill commanders, but these aide-de-camp are catching it in the head.
They are taking the pipe.
Another one? Care to send out another?
Another one.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I have to. Yes. I want to kill them all. Wow. My dice are broken, I think. I'm gonna kill another one. I don't care. Let's go.
Another one. Another one.
What are the odds on this? 21 to.
This is. I'm playing the. I'm playing the lotto. If I get another one.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
All right,
there
he's
we go.
fine.
Finally.
He goes 16 inches. And he gets to go as the crow flies. Excellent. That gets him all the way there. And that allows you now at the start, now what you have to do is go back in here, pick a different ink color, and from that spot, change the arrow. Keep your keep your drawing the same, but now change the arrow. And like I say, you can pick whatever color you want. Yep. Okay, look, you lunatics. There is a general clamor for canister fire out in the chat.
I have grape shot.
No, Jeff is chanting canister, canister, canister.
Don't get in trouble for spamming. Don't do that, Jeff.
Okay, I've changed.
We don't want that to happen to you.
Got it.
We just want all the dead aide-de-camps. That's all we want.
All right, so those orders are changed. This guy does come bouncing back. They're all back alive next turn. Although, what are the odds that 3 aide-de-camp take the pipe, as you say?
6, 36, then 180.
Yeah, is that, no, it's 6, you're right, it's then 6, 3, 216.
200.
1 in 216.
218.
16, 36 times 6.
Yeah. 206. I'm good at
Math.
Ah, I figured out the math.
I hope I just got rid of all my ones.
I should think so. Holy cow.
No,
all right, so he's up on the start. All right, so that takes us to turn 3. There it is. We start out with artillery fire. We got some?
This guy shoot at anyone?
Nope.
Can he shoot the skirmishers?
You have to be, if he can shoot canister at him if he's in canister range.
I think
you can satisfy the bloodthirsty lunatics in the chat.
That's my goal.
There's some cavalry that you don't realize is yours is on the hill that you can shoot at.
You can suddenly have, oh, you're in canister range.
I sure am.
You're going to fire canister at the skirmisher.
What's your problem with that?
I really don't have one.
That's right.
Does that...
I thought canister is red, or is it red and the white?
No, the red canister is mandatory canister. You have to fire.
Oh, and the white one is...
The white is you can fire
canister.
Or you can switch to... Or you can pull back and switch to ball shot.
Just imagine that the white is red,
Gotcha.
because it's always mandatory canister around here, baby.
That may be a quotation from you going online. I kind of seriously respect that. As disturbing as that is.
Mandatory.
So since you're firing canister,
is that going on our merchandise once we get it?
yeah.
There should be a confusion roll, and because he might confuse that cavalry as my cavalry.
He really wants you to shoot at that cavalry. But this is a -1. So you need a 6 to kill. Nothing else matters. Wow. Killed it.
Really?
Yep.
Goodbye, skirmishers.
Okay, folks, you got your canister. Van Damme's...
I didn't need those skirmishes anyway.
Yeah, right. Well, all we know for sure is these boys from Shitter's Brigade just saw their friends vanish into a fine red mist. Wow. That was horrifying, Velker.
You're
welcome.
welcome.
You also have these guns.
Can I shoot anyone?
Sure.
Think so?
Those are big sticks, dude.
Let's see. They're horse guns, though.
Yeah. Oh, they
Yeah,
are
can
short.
hit
They
anyone.
are
Yeah,
short.
definitely short.
Alright.
They're not big sticks, as you thought they were, huh?
I guess I am wrong about that. Okay. So we're ready to do division. Oh, it's turn 3. Never mind. I actually have to put a little burden on, I think, Daniel again. Because I do believe this is the turn that Rivaux and Drouet both arrive. So you're going to have to draw me some arrows.
Okay.
Death wants more. Red Sacks. Red Sacks. Velker Incorporated is branching out to cover aide-de-camp burials as well. If you guys could see the smile he just gave me.
Oh, yes. Yes!
Yeah, imagine the 8th aide-de-camp. All right, you, Junior, get in line.
The second they leave, there's some Cossacks just stabbing them as they leave.
It's all about the Cossacks.
It's always Cossacks, man.
Okay, Landstrom.
Nice. And different colors, too. I dig it. Certainly no question. I'm just showing the folks at home what you did.
I can't see.
That's the idea.
But I wanna.
All right. So we've got a bunch of fellers to roll for. So Velker, let's start over here with you real quick.
Alright, we'll start with Malutin.
Malutin. With a 3. Where is he? There he is. Bink. Got him.
Alright, then we have Zeprodovich.
Go.
Oh.
Nice.
Hello,
4.
Paco. We must visit Paco.
Hello, Paco.
Hola, Paco.
Ahora.
You know what that means?
Not particularly.
Then why are you saying
I really shouldn't, should I? All right.
Ahora?
Yeah.
No.
My big
Does ahora mean
my big
Daniel?
yeah, what is my big
Ahora means no.
Oh, okay. See, my big thing is
Paco
always
now.
escúchame.
¿Dónde está el casa de Pepe?
There you go. All right, so we got to put these guys over here to remember that they're deceased. So Daniel, who do you want to roll for?
Van Damme first.
Van Damme. Hit it. Got it. Next.
The Cavalry.
Okay. Ooh. Got him. Next.
Droid
Druid.
next.
Got it. All right. Go ahead.
And lastly,
Got him. All right. Bunch of 3s. Well, the 6 is obviously first, so that's our guy Morland. Go ahead.
Our guy, huh?
No, that is not at all what I said.
Hey, whoa, you can't move that fast, buckaroo.
Just this wall of horses coming right at you.
And I'm insulting them? Yes, that's just how I do.
Yeah, I understand.
Is it my turn?
It is not your turn yet.
Yeah.
It is not yet.
Where are these random guns from?
As if you get to talk about... You represent the people who invented the concept of too much artillery.
Excuse me? There's no such thing as too much artillery. I'm just curious where they're coming from.
Alright, so Morland is moved. That was a 6. What's next? Any 5s?
I have a fool, no.
Any 5s? Any 5s? Any 4s?
Yes. Depredovich.
Okay, Depredovich, you're going to go first. Go ahead.
Yeet!
Oh, here we go.
Hi. Bonk.
Well, at least you decided to make this fun.
Well, I could have shot it. I can't.
No, you couldn't have.
Yeah, he was too far away at that point. What? Why does that keep happening?
Because you keep not letting go.
You don't know that.
I do.
How would you know? How do you know it's not just like?
And your elite lights.
They turned. They can only move 2. Ugh.
Oh, because they wheeled, you mean?
Yeah. Because they wheeled. Alright, that's them. I have 3, and I'm the attacker, so that means...
Yep, 3 you're up. 3 plays.
It's 4. Hi. I'm coming for you. Alright, now we get serious with the moving. Almost perfect, wow. Constantine's gonna move all the way up here.
Okay.
Which is 1 aide de camp.
Well, turns out that's all that they needed last turn.
Except for that one time when 3 aide de camps were sacrificed for 1 order.
Mm-hmm.
If that happens to me, I'm toast and I'm upset. When do I get Jankovich's?
Is it Janko? So
Jankovich's.
let's. I don't know. It's on the sheet.
It's 5.
Yeah. All right. So there's that. Who do you want to? So you've got what? 2 3s, right, Daniel?
Yeah.
3 3s.
3 3s. All right. Well, it's up to you. Move them away. Whoever you want to do.
I'll move Van Dam. I'm assuming he hit me here. Or no? Is that contact?
Let me see. So yeah, he hit you here. If that's what you're talking about. Sorry.
Okay, Roger. Yeah. Is that a legal move? I wheeled and moved back 1?
Yep.
Or no?
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
Okay.
Just can't wheel backwards.
Right. Never mind, I'm just gonna stay where I'm at there. I'm done with that.
All right, next one. I forgot. I've already forgotten what you had Roy do. I'm going to say this. You're much smarter than I was with him.
Skirmishers move 6.
So you got skirmishers back, huh?
Yeah, another unit of them. Yeah. Formed infantry should get screened when fired at when behind an ADC. Given the slaughter of the aide-de-camp.
Okay, I'm good. I can move my other 3, I guess.
Yep. And this is as you've probably observed, this is a huge division.
Yeah.
You're pretty much doubling your army. Mm-hmm. Remember not to bring the guard if you don't want to, though.
There's guards over here.
What? Hold up.
What?
It's that big.
Yeah, it's...
Gosh. Suddenly the odds are not in my favor.
6 regular, 1 foot gun. Yeah. 6 regular, 1 foot gun, and 1 skirmisher. He's coming on in column, which I commend.
A lot of guys to move.
You do?
Okay.
I think that's everybody. And that's
We'll save the guard.
Showing the folks Revo. Yeah, unless you choose to bring on the guard, unless he chooses to bring on Hohenzollern. Or Hohenlohe? No, it's Hohenlohe. Okay, so that takes us to volley fire, musketry, skirmish and musketry. So skirmishes, anything? No, your skirmishers are back here. So that takes us to regular musketry, which we have none of that I can see. Am I correct about that?
I think so.
All right. Well, we know what we have to do here.
Can you form hasty square?
Can he form that hasty square?
Hasty.
Let's remind ourselves of them modifiers. He charged from less than 4 inches. So that's going to be a +2, which is not good. So he's got to roll a 1 or a 2 to form that hasty square.
Oh.
And he does.
Damn.
Well done.
My streak remains. Low rolls.
Yeah, low rolls. So you got to form square. You got to stay in contact, but otherwise you can form it however you like. Come on, man. Be aesthetic. It's like this.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Like this, and then like this.
Ah, okay.
See?
Weird square person.
Hollow square. Dig it. Dig it. Very Napoleonic.
Now you're gonna feel the pain.
It's twisty.
Yeah, he's not gonna like this. This you're not gonna like this.
Oh yeah, I'm going to. Ow.
Yeah, you're gonna get pinged.
This is going to be a big oof if I do say so myself.
Well, hasty square is what it is. However, melees can go either way, so I'll let you guys choose which one you want to do first. The way melees get resolved in multiples is you have to pick
One last thing.
Yeah, sure. Did we just lose you?
I hope not.
Oh, there you are. Did you have a question?
I just wanted to move Napoleon before.
Sure.
I'm not gonna.
That's fine.
I'm not gonna issue a command. Okay.
Oh yeah, you could. Those, even though we can't get Hoyt, those horses are giving him a wig. That's true. I got to get it over.
Plus,
Good.
I'm in better position now to kill more aide de camp.
This is a great. This is a very cool overall shot of the battlefield from up here. That's neat. I like it. All right. So which melee do you gentlemen want to do first? Doesn't matter.
Start with the worst one.
All right. We'll start with the worst one. Well, you're gonna have a 1, I think.
Yeah.
Because
you might have a -1 because.
Oh, that's yeah. Well, it's remember you're rolling because you are
Charging from.
Because you are cavalry charging units in square, you have to use your disordered MR.
I know, so I'm using a 2.
You're using a 2. Is there anything else that matters here?
More kills than opponent.
Yeah, that's
So
it.
it's a -1, so I'm 1.
No, you're at a remember you're at a -1 to your die roll. You're always a 2.
It's either way.
I understand that, but it's got to be kept straight. It's got to be kept straight. So you're a 2, but your die roll is a -1, and I think that's it. And then Daniel's is going to be straight, and he is
4.
a 4.
So
Got it. 4 to 2, and Velker's a -1 on his roll. Uh-oh.
Jeez.
3.
Okay. 4. That's 5
to 4.
No. So Velker, this is why it matters. You're a 2, 4. Yeah, you're a total of 4.
He's a 5.
Daniel is a 5. Very, very close. That takes you to 3. It doesn't, interestingly enough, so that does require you to fall back. And you've got to go back to 12 inches.
12 inches, wow.
Yep. 12 inches through your lines and in the direction of the combat. You've got it faced the wrong way, please, and your cavalry is blown. And we mark that by turning around one of the bases. And they're going to have to check against fallback at the end of the turn. Now we have a melee here. This one's going to be a little more straightforward, I think.
Even.
Is this even, Stevens?
I think it's even.
Yep.
5 and 5. All right.
Is that a little better than a 1?
Let's see it.
It's better.
Once again, I
9 to
rolled
8
a bad die.
by 1.
I rolled a bad die again. Can you get rid of this one, please?
Sure. So Velker, you take 1 hit. Same deal. Now.
None of my guys should be in line with me. Make sure that.
Yep, they're not. Very close.
What the?
That's fun. I don't know what that was, but that's fun.
What?
I'm not even sure. I've
How'd
never.
you pull that one?
There you go.
Wait, how'd you pull that 90 degrees?
Yeah, well, I don't know. He did something cool.
3D, free edge, what? Huh?
All right. So that is these guys were involved in melee.
Oh, it's shift instead of tab.
Is that right?
No.
No.
Yeah, try shift instead of tab.
While in
No.
line?
No. Oh, I thought I saw it.
Yeah, when you're using ruler.
Huh?
There it is.
What?
Look at that.
Why is it not working?
Whoa.
Wait,
Whoa,
what
that's interesting.
Is it? Wait, how? What? Are you sure it's shift or is it?
Yeah, I'm holding shift and tab.
Oh, what? No, that picks up my Steam menu though.
It's just shift. It's just shift.
Just shift? Oh, you've got to select the ruler.
I am selected on the ruler.
Are you a ruler?
Yes.
Now hold.
We're gonna spend an hour.
Now hold on.
I'm amazed by this.
And left click and drag.
Oh, it's left click and drag. That's
there it is. Look at that.
How do you get it to be a square though? It's just a line right now.
No, go up the other way. Move the other way. I don't know why you've got just a line. We'll figure it out. I'm sure the people at home are amazed at our build. I'm not sure what that's for, but it's notionally kind of cool. All right, so there's no.
Would be for like a 90-degree move or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Since your cavalry, Daniel, would have been blown because of the melee, I assume you want to rally in place right here.
Yes.
Because there's no breakthrough, so you're fine. He is blown. You have to face the wrong way, Velker.
Oh, that's right.
It's very magical. I kind of like that. Except you got to be over here.
Should be in the same spot.
And this guy, no, because you were right up against the marker. Okay, very good. That's how combat goes, and it's really just that simple. I think that's it. So that takes us to neither of you can change orders. Rally and reform. Velker, you need a... Which one do you want to do first? You got two guys you got to check.
This one.
That is anything... Well, anything but a 6. He's good. So he is allowed to face the right way, but he remains blown.
You know what? I think I might have got the...
You moved him.
Oh, yeah. Horse artillery can't move and shoot?
Nope.
Gotcha. Okay.
And this dude, he's got anything but a 6.
Who, my guy?
No, Velker.
Oh, okay.
He's fine. So he too can face the
This
wrong
rally reform is automatic for me. If I just sit still.
Which one?
The cavalry.
Yes, that's called rally in place.
Rally in place.
Cavalry can do that, presuming it doesn't take advantage of its breakthrough move. That's the choice you have to make with cavalry. Since you didn't have a breakthrough charge, might as well. Because Velker is going to have to reform these guys. All right. That's all she wrote. That takes us to turn 4. Still nobody's up on the Star Raven already. Very good. Cannon fire on turn 4.
I might have some.
So if I shoot these horse artillery, they can't move. Right?
Correct.
Can they even reach them?
It'd be close.
But if they're on attack order, they have to move. So I can't shoot them, right?
No, the guns can shoot. Guns may shoot.
Okay.
That's as long as they are shooting in... You're raising a great question. As long as they are shooting in support of their attack. So the question is, where's their attack?
No, they're not.
Okay, so we'd have to look at that.
Well, the only shot is against...
Okay, there you go.
His center, yeah.
So then you can't. Anybody else?
Roger.
This guy can.
Yeah, that's a pretty obvious one. Is it a horse gun?
Yes.
It is. Sorry. So now you've got an interesting choice, Velker. You can use canister, which I think...
I'm just going to use canister.
Right, that's your... Because it's not... Your canister pattern is not... Oh, it's going to get them both. I mean, just barely. But it's going to get both guys. And who's closer?
This guy.
All right. So the way this works, he's going to roll 1 die on the canister roll. If he gets 2 kills, it's 1 each. If it's 1 kill, it hits the nearest guy. If it is a okay, so it's 1 kill. The other one is what's his
stagger.
Is
He's
it
a stagger.
what's his frontal MR?
5.
Okay, so he catches a stagger. Yep, that's exactly right. So he catches a stagger. No. They both do actually. Well, what is he?
He's 5. They're both 5.
Yeah, so they both catch a stagger, and he catches a kill.
I don't know if copy and paste.
What's this? Okay. Any other gunshots that I can't see? I don't see any. All right. With that done, it's time to do some die rolling for divisional commanders. Let's start with Daniel this time. Who do you want to start with?
Drew.
Go ahead.
Or Drew.
Drew.
I don't even know how to pronounce it.
It's Drew. It's cool. All right, next.
Oh, perfect. Van Dam.
Go ahead. Ooh. Go ahead.
Moreland. Yes.
Ooh. That's going to be hurty.
And then Revo.
Good numbers.
What?
Yeah, he's got some numbers all over the place. Do not deny it. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all of it, right? Yep. Okay. Velker, who do you want?
Start with Debrief for once. Shako, save me. Thank you.
He just did. I don't know if he saved you, but... Okay.
Alright, and then Malutin.
Ooh, that's a big number.
Aha! Yes! I defeat your 6 there. Yeah.
All right, is that all you got on the board? Because he comes on because
5.
Jankovic comes on next turn.
Yep.
All right.
I need to get that hill and get that hill soon.
Yes, you do.
Otherwise, I just flat out lose.
Yeah, otherwise you just lose. Exactly.
So this game's 3 turns from the end.
Theoretically, yeah.
Possibly.
So 6, that'd be you, Velker. What do you got? Go.
These guns are ready to move up. But not that much. These guys still can't get on that hill. They do next turn.
Take care, John. Yes, they changed the QRSs.
What? How does that work?
The biggest change, I think, between the two, and I'm certainly open to correction, they made skirmishers weaker. It was felt that Shako 1 skirmishers were too powerful. That guy's got to be reorganized.
I know. Alright, that's
And you're leaving Constantine back there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Obviously, everybody's within 12, so that's fine. I think you had a 6, Daniel.
Yep, go with Van Dam first.
Van Dam.
He's coming out of square, eh?
So it would seem.
That's half their move, right?
Nope.
2 of those guys are backwards.
Yeah, they're facing the wrong way.
Oh, I was okay. Yeah, I was zoned out or zoomed out too far. So is that half their move? Or is that their full move first from square?
It's their.
Or just half their move?
You know, it's funny. I don't know why I'm blanking on that. Remember, it is only the French that are allowed to do this, where they're allowed to change formation.
I can do a full move, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and that's done. And my next 6, I guess.
Yeah. A little straighter than that to your right, a little, please. They're gonna.
I'm tabbed out or something. Hold on one sec.
Okay, they're gonna hit there.
Somehow I tabbed out of the game.
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to figure out how to get back in.
We see your arrow. You're fine. You're still with us.
Can't you just be a
Oh,
little
there I am.
short?
Okay. All right. So I was only 9 inches. Can I actually wheel with him as well?
Only at the beginning.
Okay, that's fine then.
I know you wanted to make contact, so let me fix that. Bonk.
These guys can't go through each other, right?
Correct.
Even for just a move.
Nope.
And if these guys want to take off this damage, or can't take off, if they want to take off the shake and they just sit still,
No, that happens in the rally and reform phase at the end of the turn.
they can still move their full move then.
Correct. It
Okay,
does
let me
hurt.
do that
It
then.
does hurt them in melee.
But there's I'm out of range to melee, so I don't want to wheel that much. I'm just gonna line these guys up as best possible.
Yep.
Okay, and then
Now here's one of those cases, it bears mention, but it won't matter here, where Velker would be able to charge you because you entered his charge range during your turn, but obviously his guys can't charge, so.
he's facing away though, right?
No, he's facing towards you, but this guy is blown.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, would he be blown? He didn't
Yes.
attack again.
No, it doesn't matter. That happens in the rally phase. You lose him for a whole turn, basically.
Even if you don't
Correct.
re-attack?
Correct.
I thought it was only if you attack twice, and if not, you just.
Nope. If you win and you defer your pursuit, you get that free reform.
Okay, I'm done.
But
So that's my
lost.
6s.
All right, so both your 6s, 5s. Who's got 5s? I know Velker does.
I have a 5, but he'll be first.
He goes first. So you're up, Velker. The one thing I do not know, and you think I would know offhand, that's right. Yeah, you've got to wait. You've got to wait this whole turn sitting still to reform yourself. So you're done with your 5, Velker?
Mm-hmm.
All right, this 5 is done.
I can only do one thing.
I thought so. Daniel, you're up.
Okay, the wheel affects columns as well, right?
Correct.
Not just line?
It's more actually even more expensive for columns in some ways. Depends how you look at it. Go ahead. Yeah. Can't do that. That's the
You
big
can't go into your guy?
correct. That's why you must leave room for yourself to maneuver.
Okay. Well, then in that case.
That is borrowed almost directly from Empire.
Yeah. Now let me figure this out.
If you want to start yourself off with more space in between, I'm not going to object. It's a learning game.
No, yeah, I'm just gonna have to figure something out. No, I made the mistake. I'll live with it. But what I can do...
Mm-hmm. You are correct. What you just did is the number one thing that aggravates Shako players about the French. Because we most often
powerful movement.
We most often do that to march up into the face of our foes, deploy into line, and blast them. This, as you can imagine, is not a popular choice.
It's very popular for the French.
Yeah, the French love it to pieces, let it be said. And that is why you so often see Empire games and, frankly, Napoleonic battlefields deployed
Take forever.
into checkerboards.
Yeah.
bless you.
And this is foot artillery, right? So it goes 6 inches normally?
6.
Yeah. Sorry that took so long.
Not a problem.
Oh.
And I think that just leaves you with your 1 over here.
This will be easy. I'll take the dice with me.
All set? All set. Volley fire, musketry. Yep. Musketry and skirmishers. Anything? No. Nothing.
No, we're out of range.
Alright. That takes us to melees.
Hey.
Oh dear. Well, Daniel, this one looks like yours.
So I'm a 5 goes to a 4. I'm a 6 goes to a 4.
It's a 6. You're going to go -1 because you're shaken.
Or
Because you're
6
staggered.
to go to 5, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to roll a 6 and your die roll is -1. He's going to roll a 3. Here we go. Wow.
On 8.
9 to 5. Oh. I think he won.
9.
Is it 9 to 9?
Yeah.
Is that honestly right?
For sure.
What did you roll, Daniel?
What?
What did you roll?
I rolled a 3.
A 3, which is an 8.
He's a 6.
But
we tied.
He's a -1.
Well, wait, but remember he's a -1 because he's
staggered.
He's staggered. So it's an 8. Yeah, he lost.
Oh, he won.
Yeah. Wow. That doesn't happen too much. I thought there was no way that was happening.
When do nugs fight back?
I guess so. I was having a hard time processing that. Oh goodness, severity of defeat. The artillery and squared. Yeah, I knew that. Cavalry, you got to go back. 12 inches.
Okay. Doesn't he? He fights with his frontal, right?
Yep.
Or
he fights with his frontal MR.
Huh.
Which is only a 3. Just looking for my fallback distances.
Well,
that was fallback. What the heck? Is it back here?
Yeah, it's 12.
Yeah, 12 inches. I was right. All right. You scare myself. All right, and they have to face the wrong way, and they are blown. So you have to turn the whole.
They're facing the whole unit around.
Yep. They face the wrong way. There you go. And then we mark that by turning this sucker around this way. Good deal. And they're going to have to check. All right. Do we have another one? Or no? Was that all the melee fun?
That's it.
Okay. All right. Anybody wish to change orders? No wish to change orders. Daniel,
No,
you're good?
not yet.
Okay. Now you got to rally and reform. I don't think there's any modifiers on that I can think of. Nope. Therefore, in terms of rallying, reforming, Moreland's guys here, anything but a 6. Don't get good at rolling 6s all of a sudden. Okay, so you're fine. You get your shaken taken off. You get to turn around the right way, but you're still blown. This is the same problem that Velker had.
Right.
Now, Velker, for your guys, this guy now automatically reforms. Because you sat him still, he did nothing all turn. Same thing.
Got recollect.
Exactly. Did you group him back?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. That's it.
Is this cavalry considered in column in the way it's stand like that, or no?
This is line.
You might have
Okay.
some guys from oh no, those guys are dead. Never mind.
This is line.
So this cavalry wider than opponent can never happen then, unless they're in column.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And that's the way it's designed, because the width of cavalry is the exact same as they're also smaller units, but they're rare. But yeah, if they strike a column, they've got bigger problems anyway.
Especially being hit on 3 sides. I now stare into the eyes of Paco.
Okay. That takes us to turn the 5th. Velker, you've got somebody coming on this turn, right?
Yep.
All right. So first thing we'll do, though, we'll do artillery fire. So who's got a gunshot?
I do.
I think I might have one now.
Good,
I'm pretty confident. Well, let's see here. Let's see, Daniel. Why don't you try yours first? What do you think you got? It's a horse gun. Oh, you're going there.
Ramrods for the win.
And for the record, not that it matters much because we know what we're doing. You're always going to want to put the red side against the gun because that's mandatory canister. It doesn't matter that much. So who do you think you got? That other gun? Yep. Counter battery at ooh, that's tight. Gotta look at that. Yep, that's at effective range. You want to go ball shot? Well, you have to. What am I saying? So
Yeah.
So this guy is. Oh, those are both long. That's not effective. Oh, that is crazy. But they're both long. So both the counter battery and the bounce through to Depredovich's boys, and there's no difference in their coverage or any of that stuff. So it's 1 die. So why don't you roll your 1 die? It's a 1d6. You rolled it. Ooh, that's a good roll.
What?
Horse gun, effective. Unfortunately, you needed a 6 to kill.
Nothing. Yeah, I needed a 6.
But we checked their.
I'm staggered.
That staggers the artillery. And it staggers them both.
What? This guy's a 5?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
I was a little surprised by that myself.
Yeah, these are my ungood guys.
It's your 1 unit and not guard.
Yeah.
All right. So, bearing in mind that artillery fire is simultaneous, so this unit is not presently staggered as it shoots. Who you shooting at, Volker?
I am going to shoot at that guy with my mandatory canister.
You think you got a shot?
Oh yeah.
You think you do?
I don't think so.
Remember, it's not that. That's a rectangle, but it's back from here. He actually does.
I did the same thing.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty easy shot. I'm surprised. I'm a little shocked at that. But it is 45 degrees left and right. So you're gonna hit him with the mandatory canister?
Oh baby, yes I am. Mandatory canister.
Oh, I thought the canister was just down the width of the unit.
That's what I'm puzzled about. I think you're right. I think that's the choice Volker has to make. Yeah, that's it. Canister is a bowling alley. You're gonna have to pull back if you want to hit that guy.
No.
Yep, that's you're absolutely right.
You don't think I can still hit him even if I did a bowling alley?
Nope. I think you just miss him. You're angling that.
Good.
You're angling that. And you miss him. So what do you want to do?
Hit him. That's what I want.
You're going to pull back for ball shot?
No, I want my canister.
Because then it's like... Oh, you know what? You can't. No, you can't. Because you remember you got to hit the center of the unit. And that's way past 45 degrees.
What?
Remember, ball shot's got to be to the center.
Okay.
Oh, you do have a shot. I'm shocked by that. You going to get the other guy, though?
Yeah. No, I'm not getting his center, so no.
You don't have to hit his center. You just got to hit him.
Oh, yeah, then I definitely have him.
Yep. Ball shot. What's the range? You got to pull back. So...
Effective and then effective.
Yep.
It's effective with possibility of canister and then effective. Right? Am I going crazy?
Well, no, it's ball shot, right?
Right.
So it's...
But the first one is the sections isn't talking about.
Yeah. So it's effective range. This is a horse gun.
Is that a horse gun? Maybe it is. Probably.
I think it is.
So it's weak.
Kills on a... Hits on a... does... Yeah, kills on a 6.
Hey, I never rolled for this guy to remove his stagger. Does that come off automatically?
No, it doesn't. You do have to roll for it. I don't know how we missed that. Yes, correct. Why don't you do that right now? You need a 5 or less. And you succeed.
There we go.
So it's gone. You are not, in fact, staggered. So, Velker, you roll?
Do I now? Yes.
Nothing.
I'm so good at hitting
None of
people,
these are
you have
4s.
no idea.
None of these are 4s. Nope. Okay. So he's fired. He's fired. That guy can't see anybody. Anything else? Or are we good? I think we're good. All right. With that, Velker, you want to give yourself some movement arrows?
How so?
Remember, you've got to bring on Jankovic.
Oh, yes, Jankovic. Where is he from? Why is it always big?
Jankovic comes from... Where does he come from, anyway? Comes from there. Yeah.
Alright.
Well, ramrods are often called upon for the win. I don't dispute that. Okay.
Boom.
Show people the move you're making. All right. We'll start with Daniel again. Want to give me some die rolls, and who do you want to roll for?
Let's go with drill first.
All right.
Just down the line. Van Dam next.
Yeah, let me get rid of this here. Go ahead. Next.
Moreland. That was for Rival.
All right. Velker.
What about me?
Who are you rolling for?
Depredovic.
Mm-hmm. Got him.
Jankovic.
Did you say Stankovic?
Stankovic.
Jerkovic.
Shurkovic. All right, that was him.
I made that joke last time we played. Stankovic.
You
I
did.
made that joke.
Did you? I didn't hear you.
Stealing my
No,
joke.
no, we weren't online. And you're like,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Malyutin.
Great minds think alike.
There it is.
Great minds think alike.
Or warped.
Yes. They sure do.
I think that's all our dice. All right, who's and no? Were there any sixes? I don't think I saw one. Did I?
No.
How about a five? Who's
And
got a
dice
five?
is a
have
4.
five.
You've got a
Oh,
five.
you
Who's
do?
that?
Okay.
Stankovic, sorry.
Bring on the Stankovic. Bring him on.
Oh. Is that your reserves?
No, that
A
is
lesser
not.
victory? Oh.
No, that's a
Oh.
whole. That's a whole separate unit.
Wow.
This guy. This is Stankovic for a minute.
Jeez. More cap. Oh, guess where I'm going. Square.
This was, as a matter of fact, if you take a look at this picture that I put under the Russians, if you can see it, it's the start of one of the great cavalry charges that happened during the Battle of Austerlitz.
Alright, that's the Groot. It's the Groot. Hello, Groot.
Hello, Groot.
How many turns is the
12.
game?
But the reality is, if he can't put 3 units solidly up on the Stare Vinorati next turn, the game's over.
Is next turn?
Oh, okay.
Because he's got to have 6 consecutive turns to win.
I don't know if I can do that.
I don't know if you can either, but it's going to be interesting to watch you try. Any other fives?
Could it be a distance thing? Because he's been moving steadily forward.
He has, but
Might be a distance.
You did
Might be a board distance.
You did some. No, it's not. It's quite possible for him to do this. You did something that I wasn't smart enough to do, which is not stand at the edge of the Stare Vinorati.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got he. By the time we were this far into the game, he had destroyed Van Damme's division.
Roger. I actually considered even sitting on the backside of the
That's not an
hill.
insane move.
That would suck. No, don't do that.
I actually moved up to entice him. Then I realized, well, he could beat me up right away. And I started inching back. But
yeah, his troops. Yeah. His troops are straight up scary. Yeah, they're nasty. So that was a 5. Are there any other 5s?
No.
Any 4s?
Yes.
You got a 4? Where is it?
I have 1 4.
Okay, so Velker goes.
Malutins. I'm just barely on the hill.
Yeah.
Does that count, do you think?
You're fine.
I'm on the hill?
Yes.
So shooting is basically just straight up. There's no modifiers or movement or anything, right?
Nope.
None of those knickknacks.
Shako is a very boiled down game in some way. That's why it moves as fast as it does once you learn it.
Yeah, it's just very fast paced because there's not a ton of modifiers. Well, I got to do this, and got to do this, and figure out this.
Yep. But it was again.
I moved the guns onto the ridge.
Oh boy.
Nobody expected that.
Artie was very frustrated with Empire, you know.
Yeah.
So are you moving Malutin?
Oh yes, sorry.
Thought you were. Figured you would. You had said you had a 4, Daniel.
Yeah, it's Van Damme, and I don't think. I couldn't make it anyway. Now he can't shoot, right? But I can.
No. Guns shoot at the beginning of the turn.
You coming for my nugs? You best not be coming for my nugs. You saw what happened last time.
I mean, you're going to shoot me with canister anyway next turn, so I might as well pop you this turn. All right, that's it for them.
Any other 4s?
Actually, you know what? The volley range is what? 4 inches?
4 inches.
I'm going to make this more difficult for you.
move Napoleon for you.
That's it for them.
All right. Very good. Threes. I see a 3 here. I see a 3 there. Velker, you're up.
Oh dear. These guys are gonna have to scooch. For my cavalry to charge.
Yeah.
You've never expected the Spanish Inquisition. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Can you move the infantry is coming for you.
All right. That's Depredovich. How about your 3? Who was that? Oh, it's the opposite number.
Orland.
Yep.
That's not really a wheel, but...
No, but if you think about it, yeah, but you're not going to get there. Because no matter what you're going to do, you're going to hit your own guy.
I mean, I was flush with him, so that's technically the wheel.
I mean, yeah, but put yourself there. And now remember, as you turn, you get 2 clicks.
That's 1.
That's 2 inches. So and then put yourself even, kind of connect these 2 points right there. That's close enough.
Okay.
So right there, you're obviously not going to hit him. Now do the next one. Now connect the 2 points.
And then de Blanc.
Oh yeah, there it is. Go for it.
Yeah, and I get 8 more inches, right?
Yep. There it is. Yep.
Okay.
I don't want to die.
All right, this back guy just has to sit still to recover blown.
Correct.
Okay, and then they're done.
All right. And
Can he actually move and not recover blown, or no?
Correct. Yes, you can do that. You then do not recover. You're wandering around the battlefield, unfit to melee. But you've never heard.
Yeah, the issue is I'm blocking my infantry.
Mm-hmm.
Want to get him out of the way a little bit? Okay, I'm done.
All right, I think that takes you to this. You've got you got this 3 over here. Drouet.
Right. Is there a keybind for wrap?
Not that I'm aware of. I'm always a left click and drag guy. And I just left click and hold.
It's F1.
Oh yeah. What's the hand? If that's what if that's what you meant, yeah. But yeah, to get the hand.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I meant to switch real quick instead of clicking on it.
Got it. Yeah, it's F1. I'm sorry. I misunderstood your question.
Why are there so many of you all of a sudden?
Look, horse boy.
What?
You're just look at how many horses you're firing down at him right now.
What do you want from me?
You are giving these guys.
I get them on turn 5.
These guys are and they move a foot. You're giving these guys on the Starry a bad case of the nerves.
Good. They shouldn't have any.
Paco, are they getting the nerves? We'll see.
Paco, Don't side with them, Paco. I'm the one who suggested you, Paco. You wouldn't exist without me, Paco.
That's not true. It was actually John Pfeffer who called for, he was noticing the singular lack of cat lights.
No, but I'm the one who suggested that we should have him, period.
True.
So John Pfeffer wouldn't even know about Mr. Paco.
Okay, they're done. Yeah, let me move the...
This cat lamp conversation.
I think I'm done. Oh, no, I got...
You got Revo.
Revolve. Oh, boy. What a hot mess.
Yep. One of the things that Shako will teach you over time is that it at least demands that you keep your battlefield tidy. And once you get stuck in, it's awful hard to get unstuck.
Oh yeah, you can't be going around having a messy army at this point. That just don't work.
And remember, you've got to move 4 inches a turn until you're up at your spot.
Well, what about wheeling, though? Because I only can move 4 inches straight. So if you wheel, you lose...
If that's what you're doing, that's fine. Yep.
Oh, okay.
As long as you're going forward.
Yeah, I'm doing the full move. It's just I lose 2 inches during the wheel.
Yep, that's fine. And also, it's also true to say you're not obligated to slam into the back of your own guys.
Right.
It's called piling in the rules. It's interesting to me that no one in the games we played of this, Velker, has gone to futz around in Blazowitz.
No, that's true.
They don't move much if you wheel. That's very restrictive.
Yep. Especially when wheels cost double. There's no doubt the absolute intent of the rule is march in column straight ahead until you're near the battlefield, and then talk to me about, other stuff.
Terrain penalty!
Terrain penalty.
It costs skirmishers to wheel too, or no?
Yes, they do have to pay, but they move this. They move the more inches, and also remember they turn around for free. I'm always amused by that.
Yeah, the problem is that the wheels are wonky in Tabletop Simulator, but I mean, you just work around it, I guess.
Oh yeah, beyond any dispute.
Yeah. Okay, I'm done.
All right. Musketry. What do we got? I know we have some this time.
I have infantry shooting at his artillery. I don't think we're in range over here, though.
That's out of range. So
that's out of range.
I might as well start right here because all musketry is simultaneous. Anyway, but here we go. And this is a 4. Well, the frontal MR of that sucker is a 3. So what we do here is we look at our musketry modifiers. Haven't seen those in a while. Fire is not staggered. The target is not a skirmisher stand. You are not firing at something behind skirmishers. No. It's not that fun point-blank volley. So that's all of it. D6, and you're hoping...
I just need to roll a 5 or 6.
That's correct.
And no.
However, remember, you did indeed get a stagger. Because you rolled over his frontal MR.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so you can kill and stagger in a turn. You may also kill or stagger. So you did one of those two things. All right, so no other shots there. How about somewhere else? Anything else? Do I see any
No,
musketry or?
none on my end.
All right, Velker, how about you? You got any?
I don't think so.
All right, that takes us to melees. Which ones do you want to do? I see this one right here. Is that it?
I think that's it.
All right.
And that's going to be great for me.
Well, but here's the thing. He's gonna roll a die, and he's gonna look at the two situations that he's got, and he gets to pick the better of the two.
Right.
So your situation is, so for example, and this is a great example of it. These two guys, as they roll off with each other, he doesn't have more kills, but these two guys, you do.
Right.
So we've got to do those comparisons that way. So let's first have you both roll a die. Obviously, higher is better.
I have not.
You got a 4 and a 2.
But it says roll one die for each unit.
Right. One for each.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're doing this one first? Okay.
Well, like I say, no, but you roll one die for each unit, but in a multiple melee, you roll a single die and I think you compare the. Let me check it.
It says, yeah, it says right here, multiple melees, roll one die for each unit. Player with more units selects the matchup that decides the melee.
That's right. So which one do you want that to apply? Well, it's obvious you would much rather have a 2 apply to this one over here. Well, it's up to you, Dan. You tell me where it goes.
I want it to the division that's hurt because it's got a less chance of winning.
Okay, 2 and roll. And Velker, what did you roll?
I rolled a
4. And now roll your other one, Daniel, please.
And bloody hell.
All right.
Yes.
So now we have the numbers.
I win.
All right. So, well, we don't know that yet. It seems likely you will. So, but you're going to look at the best. You're going to look at the better of the two. It's probably going to be this
even
one.
Either way.
This is going to be a 5. This is going to be a 5 to a 6. So this is a 6. Here, this is a 9 down to an 8. No, he wins here. This is an 8 to 6.
Right, and I win.
That's an 8 to 6. How about this one?
It's 8 to 6.
Yeah, this is because remember you're adding a 4 to your 5, which is a 9, but you have more kills than he does, so you drop to an 8.
I don't have more kills than he does.
Yeah, you do to this guy.
All right.
Now over to this. So here you win by 2.
Right.
Over at this one, it's even. So it's a 9 to his 7.
Right.
So it's 2 either way. Doesn't matter.
What I said, yes. So who wants to take the brunt of
So
the
my
damage?
question to you, Daniel, is: do you understand what just happened?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, cool.
I rolled like doo-doo, and yeah,
that is a fair observation.
So I'm gonna take the hits from the guy that's already injured.
Well, you've got 2, so I think they both have to take 1.
No, it says player with the more units selects the matchup that decides the melee.
Right, and so you can select it how it decides it, but the distribution.
Oh, but then it takes effect to all losers.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't matter. Then they both take hits, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's so. That's. Come on now. No, I don't want one-on-ones.
Yeah, it says apply same result to all losers. So
Yeah,
I take a hit on both.
I don't think you've got to take. But here's my point. Totaling 7, totaling 8. Yeah, you distribute the kills. That was my concern, is that you distribute the kills.
No, I don't hit them for the
Okay.
Yeah, that's the point. Is so this guy catches 1, and this guy catches 1.
Roger.
But I beat them, so I should have.
And they both have to fall back.
Yes. All of you shall perish.
And you're going to want to do them one at a time, because this guy is going to hit this guy within 6 inches, which means it's going to trigger, I believe, a shake. He's going to stagger because of his fallback.
Okay. So what happens? Because he's not gonna. Does he go straight back 12? Because he's gonna land on top of this infantry.
Yeah, and in that case,
or does he snake through it?
He snakes through it. He goes back and he's got to go clear. But as he's going through it, he does cause this one, because he hits it so quickly.
This one to stagger.
Yeah, he's going to stagger him.
So basically, I'm just behind this.
Right
here.
And he faces the wrong way.
Facing away or?
Facing away. Always facing away when you lose in this game. So, he's facing away and is blown, and this guy is now staggered. Same deal for him.
So he doesn't go back into the French infantry, he just goes straight back.
Yeah, how far does
12.
he have? Ooh.
He's gonna talk to my guys.
Yeah, I think he may be in greater trouble. This hasn't come up. Consequence. Yeah, within the first 6 inches. I have not seen this in 100 years. Yep. This unit, this guy has to go back this way 12 inches. Because he strikes him, he's broken.
Is this considered a recall?
No. Recall is what happens after. This is not recall. This is fallback. So this guy, doesn't make it. He's Morand. Yeah. That leaves Velker here at Depredovich's division. This guy is now Velker has the choice. Do you wish to recall in place?
Yes.
All right.
Well, he attacked me, didn't he?
Doesn't matter. When cavalry melees in a turn, it is blown.
All right. I'll stick where I am. So that guy.
And this guy's only staggered if you roll a result higher than his MR or lower than his higher than his MR. So you do get to roll here, and it's anything but a 6. He's not staggered, so I'm going to assume he's not. But I'll let you roll for that, Daniel.
Watch him be staggered. Daniel feels stupid.
One sec.
No, he's not.
He's fine. So he is not staggered. This guy just shoots through him. So that guy gets crushed because he's got to go back and bump into these guys. All right. Makes sense. At least it's making sense. Let's see if anybody's screaming at me yet. Yeah, there's no social distancing on those heights. There's no doubt about that. Anything else? All right. That then takes us to the command phase. Anybody want to change orders?
No.
Daniel, you good?
No, I'm good.
All right. With that said, Daniel, you've got to try to rally and reform. You've got to get these guys were in fallback, so you've got to roll their MR or less, so 5 or less. You're fine. So they get to turn around and face the right way. Now that doesn't happen. They're still blown, but you get to turn the whole unit around.
Still blown.
That's why it's a big deal to win a melee, because you get that free reform.
Okay,
Alright.
and these guys are blown. They move, so they stay blown.
They were, yeah, exactly. They remain blown. And I don't think anybody has gotten anywhere near their divisional breakpoints. So I don't think we got to check for that. So I think we're going to do, given the hour, let's play through this turn and see where we get.
Well, if I don't get...
And if you can't get, because these guys right now are not solidly on the Star Raven Arati. There's no way to say that. And so if you don't get 3 guys solidly on there this turn, you're not going to be able even to have a chance at winning. But given the hour and the fact that we're a learning game, let's play through this turn and see how far we get and see what happens.
Sure.
All right, so that takes us to turn 6.
What time is it for you, Daniel?
Well, remember he's over here.
I'm on the East Coast.
I always keep confusing.
I'm in the States.
Yep.
Oh.
I've lived here most of my life, even though I'm from Spain.
I've been lied to.
No. He's Spanish and from Spain, but it's
No, I'm from Spain. I was born in Sevilla.
I'm confused.
Sevilla won the.
And just so you understand, I am going to eventually be hitting you up because it's on our short list of next trips is to do the Peninsular Battle, so I'm going to be asking questions. But
Oh, okay.
But anyway, so and I should
Salamanca is a great. It should be your first stop.
Yeah. See, these are the questions.
This is why we ask you.
This is why we're asking. This is now the point where, and also in this turn, where the two sides start to ask the questions about, Hohenlohe's 3 cuirassiers, and just so we observe, Bessieres 4 units of guard infantry. Do they want them? Do they not? So that's where that starts to happen, and those questions start to get asked. But for right now, we're just going to ask any cannon fire this turn.
Yes. Oh, yes, there is.
I do. Yes.
We'll let Daniel go first. Remember, it's all simultaneous. What do you feel like, Daniel?
I'm gonna shoot his cavalry.
Whoa, Daniel! You have some. You
What
grab some cavalry with that. You hadn't released your horse. There you go.
Oh.
There we go.
Somehow they're stuck together.
How about
Fix
now?
that. Okay.
Are we good? There we go.
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right, so that's legit. Yeah, there's no opportunity for canister, so that's gonna be. Those are horse guns. Yes, so that's gonna be a 6 for a
Just
kill.
gonna roll it.
6 for a kill. Nope, but that is a shaken. It's a stagger.
The black is not effective range. Black is not.
Is a 5 or 6 a kill for effective? And it is effective range. To answer your question.
Yeah. No, it's 6
Yeah,
for horse.
I thought so,
Darn it.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's a stagger.
Okay. That's it.
Doesn't suck.
That's it for me.
Why you stagger me?
Why you staggered me? Velker, did you have a chance to roll off your staggers?
I don't think I did.
I don't think you did. This one came from the melee a couple turns ago, didn't it? So yeah, you get a couple chances to roll off your staggers. Let me give you those.
One each, since we
One each. This is, you need a 3 or less.
Guns.
3 or less for the guns.
Yes.
Yes, they lose their stagger. And how about Depredovich's boys behind them? They're fine too. So that rolls off all their staggers. All right, good. Velker, I believe you have a gun?
Oh, I sure do.
Mm-hmm.
Good evening, little Frenchman. That's definitely mandatory.
Yeah, that's mandatory canister. So, and that's 5 inches, I think, if I remember right. Or is that a foot?
Guns.
That's you dragged a foot gun up the Starry Venerati?
Yes.
I sincerely hope that you lunatics who have been calling for canister are seeing this.
I am
Good
committed.
Lord.
He's gonna roll a 1.
Oh no, I'm not. Oh, you'd best. Oh, that's what you want to think.
Oh, that's what you want to think.
That's 4, 5, or 6. I get kills, right?
I want to check the pattern though. The pattern is 6. So
3,
here's
4,
hang on here. We got to figure out what's inside 6 inches. So it's not going to hit this guy.
No,
It's just this guy.
No, you weren't quite.
Am I wrong? I think you do have him. Yep. So you've got both these guys. You've got Van Damme's guys. Oh, they're all Van Damme's. So you've got both guys inside the canister pattern. 1d6. Do your worst.
That's my worst.
Wow.
I called it.
You did.
What?
You dragged these guns up on the Starry Venerati.
And they whiff.
Only to have them whiff. Wow.
Oh, what you gonna do?
Oh, what are you gonna do?
Nothing.
All right, Velker, let's start with you this time. Roll me some dice.
Malutin. Ah!
Wow.
Alright, Zepradovich.
Depredovich. You're kind of making this special.
Stankovic can do something. The one guy who doesn't matter an eensy weensy little bit.
All right, that's it. Daniel, who do you want to go with?
Dre. Just
Dre.
down the line, whatever.
Got it. Sure.
And damn.
Wow.
There you go. Mortimer. Moreland. And Uval. Oh, pretty average right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say. You're up. One of your 6s plays.
How many 6s?
He's got 2.
Okay, time to make you pay.
All right. So that's going to be 2 separate fights. Because the way the rules...
I don't think we had enough to make
Oh,
contact.
you didn't reach? Okay, sorry. All right.
No, because we only have 4 inches, right?
Yep. Missed that. Okay. We're good. So he moved up. And you're going to keep Van Damme where he is? Just checking. Got it?
Yeah, we'll move him over there.
All right. And now... Drouet.
Yeah, Drouet. I mean, it doesn't matter. This is the last turn, so I'm just going to move up.
Sure. I love the fact that it snaps too like that. And none of my expensive lead miniatures are broken.
You suck. A lot.
It is amazing the difference not standing on the edge of that hills makes. I don't mind saying. All right, 6. Those were your 6s, I believe.
I have
Yes.
5.
All right, you got a 5. I think that's what's going to play.
Stankovic.
Where's my guy? Here he is. One of the more interesting rules in all of Shako is that Shako, because the way he set this up, that's right, you didn't quite get there. Because you're not, if you are within 4 inches, if formed cavalry is within 4 inches of any infantry unit at the start of its turn, at the start of its move, it must charge.
Does that count?
You weren't there at the start of your turn.
I know, but next turn, is that going to count?
No, because he's outside your frontal zone.
Alright, that's Strankovic.
Not this guy? Oh, that's Maliutin. All right, that went on a 5. Anybody? So any other 5s? What are you sitting on, Dan? 3s? Yeah. I think your 3s play.
Just 3s.
Yep, your 3s play.
He's gonna sit still. I mean, really nothing to do at this point for the rest of the stuff over here because it's too far back to be engaged.
Yep, I get it.
So we'll just leave it at that and then fight whatever we can fight.
Yep.
This cavalry has to sit still to be unblown. Same with this one, so they're gonna sit still.
Yep.
Artillery's gonna shoot. Would have shot next turn.
Yep.
So we'll just leave it at that.
Got enough? Good enough. Belker, you got a 1.
I have multiple ones.
Do your 1s. I don't know how much these over here matter.
Yes! Yes, I made it on! Does that count?
Nope.
What? Why not?
Read the definition.
On. Okay, where is that? I cannot find it. Where exactly is it?
To be in good
can't
order,
see
the unit
that.
must not be. So what you need
Routing,
with
retreating,
any 3
or in fallback.
for 6, they need not be the same units. They must be not in routing, retreating, or in fallback. I don't think you're. To me, you're not on it until you're over the crest.
Then I lose, because I can't get on.
That's fine, but we'll finish through just so we follow through the melees.
Wow. Move! Does that count? Is he on the crest?
I would give you this guy and this guy, but not that guy.
And we're stuck.
There should be a lot of fun musketry fire at point blank range.
Because he teased me.
He did.
By giving me tons of space to walk right up.
He did.
Jaunt. Meow. Surprise attack from the cavalry.
Regrettably, no.
That's it. And then I have this guy over here. He does a pew pew. Oh wait, he's already done the pew pew. Alright, he's gonna stay there. That's it.
This is pretty much it over here. So let's just focus, shall we, on the volley fire. And I don't think there's even any melees, are there? Nope. Just
Well, there should be.
If he didn't move this infantry in the middle, there's no melee.
Yeah, he didn't.
Oh?
Okay.
What?
This guy here.
I thought that was already melee.
No. So you want? Okay.
Yes, I want to fight.
Okay. This is actually good. This is a good teaching moment because it well, I'll talk to you about it in a second. So, very good.
It's complex.
Yeah, it's a complex melee, and it also goes to pairing off and how the pairing off works. So, what we do here is no skirmish fire that I can see, right? Because skirmish fire is first. Oh, there is. There actually is.
Yeah, shoot that cavalry.
I would think you would.
Let's shoot.
Nothing.
And nothing.
But you still want to take the shot. Any other?
I'll shoot my infantry at it though.
Any other skirmishers though?
No.
I don't think so. All right, now volley fire.
Question is, do I have to fire at the artillery or do I fire?
Remember,
can I fire
volley
at the
fire is an alley. So you're firing at both, is the point.
Oh, yeah. So just roll my die
Mm-hmm.
and nothing.
Had you rolled a 6, you would put a kill on both of them.
Right.
So there's nothing there. Any other volley fire? Well, these have been good instructional moments. I think this is all fine.
So I fire. He charged into me, so I fire at him first.
Correct. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm just checking to see if there's any other straight volley fire before we get into the melee crazy. All right, so the first thing that happens is, because he charged into you, each one of these guys gets to fire at the guy that's coming at them. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll your point blank fire that's going to hit this guy. He gets to fire at this guy and this guy.
Yay.
And it's a +1 because it's this point blank thing. So 1 die for this.
And wouldn't my guy get to fire at both of these?
No, this guy
The
over
same
here
vein?
gets to fire at this guy. I'm saying
Right, but I'm facing 2 myself.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is
Would be in the same vein.
this guy here, he gets to fire at 2 guys.
Mm-hmm.
This guy here gets to fire at 1.
Right.
Yeah. So who do you want to do first?
Right, and then my guy gets to fire at 2 guys in the same vein.
Why do I get to shoot?
No, you don't get to. Oh, I.
He attacked. I'm attacking.
Wait, whoa, I'm backwards. I'm sorry. I did this entirely backwards. Forgive me.
I'm attacking.
So you're attacking. So let me look at it from the other side. Duh. So this Russian comes in. Yeah. So the way this pairs off, this guy and this guy, forgive me, fires at this 1 unit. This guy gets to fire at both.
Right.
So which one do you
All right,
want to do first?
I'll fire the right guy first.
So the guy that's
My
firing,
right guy.
Yeah. Okay. Nothing.
Never mind.
And how about the other guy?
And the next guy.
Who gets to fire at 2 guys? Nothing.
Wow.
Now that's a huge
Terrible.
problem for you because that was a +1, and now that's going to be a minus for you in melee because both of your close volleys failed.
So I have not fired and not take that chance to lose?
No, you well yeah you can. Can you not fire? No, volley fire is not voluntary. Volley fire must be made if you're within that lane. It is mandatory.
Well, that's really harsh on the defender, but
It is, but you do get a
Okay.
+1 as well. You do, and remember, all you got to do is stagger him to stop him. Now that is hard to do against the charging Russians, but I take your point.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thought. I hadn't thought of it that way, but I think I certainly take your point. All right, so now we have to do the pairing off piece, where we go from one side to the other. And how you do that is, now this is easier than some because you've got 1-to-1 and 1-to-1. In some other cases, it's tougher if there's an uneven number, but you do have to do them as 1-to-1s. So it doesn't matter to me which one you guys want to do first.
he charged. He can choose.
Velker?
Sure. So let's have this guy on that guy.
All right, so that is you are coming at him with a 6, oi, and he's got a 4, and in fact, he's got so it's a 6 to a 4, and his die roll is at a -1.
I'm supported from the rear.
And yes, excellent, Velker. You are correct. You are rear supported.
Do the guns count?
No, the guns do not provide support. Or do artillery support you? It doesn't matter because you can't. You remember you've got to be supported both sides.
Right, and I would have this guy.
He's melee. He doesn't support.
And this guy doesn't count either.
No, he's to the rear.
Okay.
So you're getting rear support, which is a +2.
Right. It's a +2?
I think so.
Whoa. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Rear support's a +1.
Is it just a 1? Is it just a 1? It's been a bit. Yep, You're correct.
Aw.
Thank you.
So flank support only counts if you get support on both flanks.
Correct. See, it's right here. +1, 2 flanks.
But does that include the a flank that's engaged in melee?
I don't believe he gets to count. Let me check that. But I don't believe it does. flank rear support. I happened to turn to the right page. Kind of proud of myself.
Yeah, it doesn't really say. So I would assume it is. Just has to be visible battalion within 3 inches on your flank.
That's exactly it. Yeah. Interesting.
So I get flank support because I have this guy within 3 and then this guy within 3, and he is rear support because he has the guy behind, but nothing on his left.
Actually, he
flank.
does. He does. The guns count.
Oh, the guns count? Okay.
Oh, but wait. It's staggered.
And he's not. Yeah, he's not directly on his flank. He's behind.
He can be slightly behind, but the sidelines intersect. The sidelines. Oh yeah, that's also a good point because the sidelines don't intersect. That one would be tough. It doesn't matter because he's staggered.
Okay.
Because he's staggered, it doesn't
So
matter. So
we're both a +1.
You
for
are
flank
you are
and
in a,
rear.
yeah. You've got support here within 2 inches. Is that 2 inches? Yeah, sure it is. So that's 2 inches here, 2 inches there. So that gives you a +1 for being supported. He is at a +1 for being rear supported, but unfortunately you're at a -1 because you failed that volley.
Right.
So you're a net 0. He's a net +1.
And I've got 6.
Let's
And
just roll
it's
it.
6 to 4.
Better.
So that's
I
9,
one.
10 for him.
I think I lost by 1.
And then you rolled a 5, which is and then 4. So yeah, it's 10 to 9. You lose by 1. Correct. So you fall back.
So I fall back
facing
6
the wrong
inches.
way. Yep.
But I can't take that ground because there's another guy in the way.
You're not cavalry anyway.
Oh, you can't take ground unless you're cavalry?
Correct.
Good day, sir. I said good day.
All right. And now this deal. Here, you are attacking uphill, so you're going to get a -1, Velker.
Mm-hmm.
You are absolutely.
Hey, does this change? Yeah, that would change support. Say I had another guy on my. Oh, it's all simultaneous.
Yep.
Okay.
It's considered simultaneous.
Because I remember in our Armati it would change. Like if someone got blown out,
Yeah. Nope.
then your support would.
No,
you would
it
lose
makes
your support.
it makes clear that you still have this guy as support, but he's obviously gone. Yeah, I mean you don't have a left support, so.
So he has +2 because he
Yep.
has left and right support and rear support.
Correct.
So let's just roll it.
So and also he's got a -1, so he's a net +1, and this is a 6 to a 4. Yep. Oh boy.
Well, there you go.
10. Oh!
Ah.
Holy cow.
I spent my Guerrilla token. Give me a reroll.
Yeah, no kidding.
Mother Russia roll.
I read that he's got a +2, so that's 3, 9. He loses by 1.
That could have gone much worse.
Yeah, that could have gone a lot worse, but you do lose by 1, so you have to go back the wrong way, facing the wrong way. This guy back here, he's got to you got to make a die roll for him to see if he's shaken. You've got to roll at or below his MR.
You're being staggered. He's a 6, so he's fine.
He's fine.
My damage.
And that is the way that would shake out.
Ba-dum-bum.
And the last thing we'll check before we call it a night is for these guys that fell back, because that actually could matter. Daniel, why don't you roll for your guy that had to fall back? He needs a 4 or less. He'd be fine.
There
He
you
could
go.
turn around, so you wouldn't lose him. Velker, you too. You just can't roll a 6. That's how that goes. and then you would have to roll off for your gun.
Nugs, go.
3 or less. You unshook him, unstaggered him. All right. Well, that is how Shako plays. This honestly would have been a right at this point. It would have been a French win anyway, because we would have been going to turn 7, and there's no way for Velker to have 6 consecutive turns on the Starry Venerati by the time turn 12 rolls around. Although I will give him credit to say that it was close. And he pushed a little harder.
Yeah, it was very close.
It was very close.
Definitely a good game. Good game.
So I'm curious, Daniel, what you think of Shako, especially given your experience of Armati.
It's not too bad. It's a little simplistic, but
Okay.
there's something. There's a few things. Not simplistic. There's just a few things that are not very explained well. I think. I don't know.
I'm curious, particularly what you're talking about.
Well, a few things that are funky, like not explained well, but a few things that are funky, like the cavalry just disappearing because
Yes.
it was flank, or its rear was facing
Yep.
the French infantry instead of being able to snake through its own troops, because this was whole wide open. So I thought it would make more sense that the cavalry would go towards its baseline instead of straight back towards the French. But it's not clear in the rules. It basically says it goes down its flank lines, and so
right,
kind of makes sense to do that. But then that, to me, it seems more robotic than anything. It would make more sense that cavalry or infantry would go towards their baseline.
And I think a lot of recent rules have reflected that sort of flexibility. It's very interesting. Have you played ESR at all, Daniel?
Yeah.
Okay.
I played it at Fallen.
You got into that
last
game?
November.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to me, having spent a lot of time talking to David and poking at it, that in some ways it seems a response to this exact issue, which is to say, look, let's just be common sense about it. It wouldn't. Artie wrote this rule because, to me, that flank line rule is a clear reflection of people trying to game it, while at the same time, David wants to say in ESR, look, people who are friends with each other and like playing games with each other are going to be able to say, yeah, that horse would run over here and not get killed.
Right.
And
yeah, that just makes more sense. But but David's looking at a higher strategic level.
True.
In his game.
Sure,
and
but I'm telling you something, that there's a lot of guys I've played at I understand why a lot of the guys I've played with at Historicon hate ESR. I mean, hate because you've got to agree what makes sense.
Right.
And all the stuff.
A lot, but because it's not very tactical. I get it.
The fact.
From my perspective, I prefer that type of game. Like Blucher, it's a little abstract, but ESR, it's a little abstract, but I want to be the army commander, not the brigade commander or division commander.
Sure. Very interesting.
But you could also argue, well, there's so much smoke on the field, and it's so hard to see that my cavalry accidentally ran through the Russian infantry.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look, part of it is your guys came up here assuming they were supported, start running away, and realizing they're seeing Russian flags back here.
Yeah.
And it's not
and whether the Russians killed them or they just ran off the field dissolved.
Oh, I'm sure Artie and any Shako defender would tell you, it's not like they're dead.
Right.
You haven't suddenly seen a squadron or a regiment of cavalry disintegrate into death. It's just, as you say, it's lost all its cohesion for the practical purposes of the battle. So, interesting. Well, to all those who asked for a game of Shako, I hope you enjoyed it. I want to thank Velker and Daniel for coming along and being the guinea pigs.
My pleasure. Thank you for putting the game on.
And to give it a shot. And in the meanwhile, remember, we will definitely be back here tomorrow for good old-fashioned Commands and Colors Napoleonics, which will be the Grand Battle, the LGB, one of the only two there are, of the Battle of Vimero, whose anniversary we celebrate, we commemorate today. It is the anniversary of that battle, which I think would be our 212th anniversary. It was 1808. So, again, my thanks to all of you who stuck around for the adventure, and we'll see all of you very, very soon. In the meanwhile, please take care of yourselves and one another.
Thanks a lot. Great game.